Okay, hang on a minute. I have to get to the... Okay. Okay, so, if you need to see what's going on tonight, to see the power of the brainwashing, okay, you just needed to see the beginning of her video tonight. She's been on essentially 24/7 on YouTube. For the few hours she sleeps, besides that, she's on all day. And it's because she's losing control and people are leaving her. Somebody else, a very key person left her today. Okay. And, then she vacillates from being this big bully, not worrying about anything, everybody can go screw themselves, to them being this little shrinking little flower that's crying in the chair, and everybody's picking on her. So tonight, okay, after she did this big, I'll do what I want with my money, I don't have to be accountable to anybody BS she does, and I'll talk to you about what she's doing there, okay? But what's very troubling is then she does that whole thing, calls everybody out, lies about everybody, lies about what happened in Dorothy's, lies about what happened with Brooke, lies about everybody and everything she can, okay? Then these people that are on her panel, case discussion, oh my gosh, case discussion is in the middle of this. She's got the camera off of her, so I'm not saying it's genuine or it's not, but she is telling this supposedly emotional story about her Meemaw shopping at the Dollar Tree, and she's in this and she's crying, and Natasha just butts in, I swear to you, and goes like this. Okay, I'm just going to get off now. I'm ending this. I've got things to do. Because she doesn't even listen to these people that have dedicated their lives to her, that have given everything to her, okay? That give her money because they have to buy into this. This is something they have to buy into. You heard it from Alicia. And this is how she treats them, okay? It's unbelievable because she's not even listening to them. She doesn't even pretend that she's even caring. If you need to hear it, really, case discussion is in the middle of this thing, and she's literally, like I said, whether it's real or not, she's crying. And she just goes flying and just goes like this. All right, I'm ending this now. Right? It's unbelievable. And okay. So she gets off. Case discussion is no picnic, Shauna. She can be meaner than mean. She has said the most disgusting lies about me. I'm not saying she's a good person. Don't get me wrong, Shauna. What I'm saying is these are her people. These are her people. And that's how she treats her people. Okay? I'm just trying to point out what she said to them, that everyone is replaceable, is 100%. So then, okay, we're going to get to this. She comes on. I'm going to go with the fundraiser, okay? Because I don't think Dorothy, I don't know if you understood what Brooke was saying. And I don't think a lot of you understood what Brooke was saying. I'll explain to you what Brooke was saying, and it's shocking. It's shocking that anyone could believe that this is what she's doing. I'm going to explain that in a minute. And I'm going to show you where you can report that fundraiser to the FTC. Okay? Now, so all day long she's going on, but she's being this whole the entire afternoon that she's on, she's just going to town about how everybody is trying to ruin Christmas and we're just all jealous of her. We're all liars. this and that. She jumps off that thing with Case. Well, I find out that on Dorothy's that Doug is going to go on Crofton's. So Doug, if you don't know, was a man that she had on panel every single night for a long time. Like during the summer, I think it was like August, September. Her own people were going, where's Doug? Where's Doug? Did he have a heart attack? Did he have a heart attack? And she would go, oh, Doug is fine. Doug is fine. I've been in contact with him. And then she went and said, I don't know where, the other day she just said, I don't know where Doug is and I don't care. I don't have to worry about Doug. Okay? That went along with her everybody's replaceable crap, right? Yeah. So today he is going to be on Crofton and Kim. And she comes flying on a live, which the only reason she opens this live, it doesn't even make sense because she's not even on. She starts saying, I thought I was redeemed or something, or I don't understand what's going on. She first, you're going to see the brainwashing if you look at this, if this stays up. This guy Wags wrote, I guess, a song about her a while ago. And she said she liked it. She thought it was really nice or something. She gave the guy, she said, $50 super chat. I don't know if that's true. That's from her mouth. She lies so much. Who knows, right? But anyway, hi, Robbity Bob. I hope things are looking better. We're praying. So she comes on, and she doesn't say anything. She just starts playing Wags' video. And Wags is playing a guitar, and he's singing this song that says, give me back that recliner, or give me that recliner. And as I'm listening to this song, I can hear the lyrics are not in Natasha's favor, okay? It's not a favorable song. And everybody in the chat, you should see them. They're all clapping their hands, saying, I love Wags. He should have a record deal. This is the best. I've been subbed to him for a long time. I love him. Oh, he should get together with Glenn. And they're going to town in the chat, okay? Every comment. I love him. I love him. Natasha gets on and she goes, well, I don't know how to feel about that. Watch the chat when she says this. That hurts. That really hurts. All of a sudden, the chat changes. I hate Wags. I'm unsubbing. How could he do that to you, Tasha? It is like a chain reaction. So she keeps going and she says, I'm unsubbing. Everybody, I'm unsubbing too. Tell everybody no. Unsub now. Unsub him. How could he do that to you, Tasha? She turned that entire chat on. And she didn't just stop there. She reamed him out for 10, 15 minutes until she made sure that every single person in that chat hated Wags. So all of these people, you saw it right before your eyes. This is a lesson in cult brainwashing. Okay? It is. It was unbelievable. It went from them loving this guy, and this is what the people that have left her have said, because if you don't follow suit on what she says, you'll go out. You'll be punished. You'll be humiliated. Okay? So they all go along with that. He's the most horrible person on earth, okay? And, so you say, okay, well, that happened one time. Now, keep in mind, all of these people have been asking for Doug. All of these people loved Doug. Shauna, yeah, but I can't do anything like that now. I'm live, okay? I'll try. Send me an email. So they all loved Doug. They would ask for him. Is he okay? Is he okay? I worry about him. I really like him. Oh, I worry about him. Is he okay? She comes on. After that song, after she tears Wags apart, She goes like this. And of course, she's behind the screen, okay? She hasn't shown her face yet. She's on the pity party train. She always does this. She's on the pity party train. Aw, why is everybody always picking on me? You know, she's so upset about the, I don't know why I don't feel good, but oh my gosh, it's so bad. And I mean, I came from today and I thought everything was being redeemed. I thought we were in a good place, and I don't know. And then this song, and why would he do that with that song about that recliner? Why would he do that? Well, I mean, I was nothing but nice to her. She's always nothing but nice to anybody, right? She's always nothing but nice to people. She's nice to everyone. It's unbelievable that people turn on her like this. Nobody knows why, because she's such a nice, sweet person that's never done a thing wrong in her life. She's never done anybody wrong. She's never done anyone wrong. Why would anybody turn on her like this? Why? So now she says, oh, Doug, I've been nothing but nice to Doug, nothing but nice to him. I was so nice to Doug. I was checking up on, I was doing everything with Doug. And now, you know what? He's going to go on Crofton. And she couldn't handle it, okay? So she gets on, probably, 10, 15 minutes before they were going live. She literally is not getting any super chats. I believe she got one from Scarlett that was supposed to start the train, but it didn't. So after a long time, her other train starter, Zin's Girl, throws a big super chat up there, but that didn't start any train. She must have been furious. Okay, I'll get to the threat. Yes, I was definitely threatened. So she gets to the super chat. You know, she's looking for the super chats. It's not happening. So she literally thinks, okay, maybe if I show them my face and I'm showing them that I'm suffering, right? So she gets up there and she tries to look, you know, like she doesn't, I'm in tears, but she tries to look pathetic in the chair. You know how she does that, right? But that didn't work. That didn't work. We'll get to that. I'm going to go about that. The receipts, I'll tell you all about that fundraiser and why it needs to be reported. It is fraud. It is fraud. She will not show any receipts as far as that goes. She can't say why it wasn't done through Amazon. She commingled that money all over the place. Yeah, go look at the FTC. I'm going to give you where you can, you know, in my opinion, it's fraud. If you think it is, you can report it. Okay, and I also think that any kind of consumer reporter, and they have them on every media station there is, wherever you are, go to those consumer reporters because they cover scams, especially during Christmas time. Okay? Somebody also said Dr. Phil was looking for information about scammers. But here's the thing. She says she's going on about Doug, right? How she's never done anything but help Doug. And she's not going to stream this because she doesn't want to get a strike. But she can't handle it. So she's literally on her live and she does this. I'm not kidding around. She clicks off and she's silent because she's watching. She's watching Crofton. What the hell did you come on live for? You know what I mean? Why would she come on live? She's not even saying anything. So then she doesn't come on camera, but she starts streaming the audio. She starts streaming the audio. And she leaves it on till a certain point, and then I guess she knew he was going to come out with text messages of them. He was going to come, and he was not, you know, like, I mean, he could have brought out a lot of stuff, he said, and he didn't bring it out on her, okay? But he had to tell his testimony, and he was not, like, he wasn't cursing, he wasn't doing any of that crap stuff. And he said, you know, he gave me an apology there. He said he was very, very sorry. He didn't have the backstory on me, and he feels terrible for that. He was on panel when she was doing stuff like that, right? So she then, okay, goes from, I guess she's listening to it, and I guess she's seeing they have like, I don't know, 500 people in there. I guess she thought, well, maybe they're only going to have 200 people in there, right? And I guess and it was a members only chat, so she's seeing people typing up in there. A few trolls were sent into there. And then out of the blue, she gets people, there's people on panel, okay? Now, remember how the people felt about Doug. So right when she tells them that he's going on there, I never liked him, I hate him, then she comes out and says, F him, nobody ever liked him. Nobody ever liked him. Everybody told me they hated him. She goes ripping this guy apart, okay? This guy is not even ripping her apart, okay? You can tell, he's telling the truth about her, okay? He has seen the light, he's telling the truth, and he's not cursing her out, he's not body shaming her, he's not doing anything with that. Well, she just goes off. She goes freaking off on this guy, okay? I shut it off. But if you could see how that chat went from, you'd go, where's Doug? Is he okay? Do you have a heart? To every single person typing up hateful things. Hateful. I never liked him. He was always disgusting. He's a dirty old man. You know how many called him a dirty old man? You know how many called him? Dirty old man, this and that, this and... All because she changed. And you know what? If she would have turned around, let's say she would have went on to Crofton's and they would have made up, right? And she would have come up and said, I made up with Doug. He's a great guy. All of them would have typed up, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. This is insane, okay? You can see the brainwashing. The people in there, either it's from fear, it's from they need to be told how to think, but they definitely need to be told how to think. It doesn't matter. They don't think for themselves at all. It's whatever she says, they're just up and down, the same thing. You won't even find one person, not one, that will say, well, wait a minute. I don't think we should be ripping Doug apart. Not one. Because if they did that, she would call them out. And you know what I was glad about? That he told the truth about Sally Ann. Because Sally Ann is going around lying, saying that Natasha didn't do this to her. Now Alicia came and told us that Sally Ann did it to her. I saw it with my own eyes. I have the video, okay? But Sally Ann is going around lying for Natasha, saying this never happened. She's doing damage control to clean up Natasha's image, okay? She is lying like a rug for Natasha. Whether she thinks Natasha's going to put down favors of subs, she hasn't changed in sub numbers. And what is Natasha doing for you? So good, then you want to lie for somebody. You know that you were called up on that panel, and now all you do, you're exposed for the liar that you are. Because Alicia said you were called up on that panel, and now Doug said you were called up on that panel. And Doug said that that's when he started to see, because she was enraged. And I tell you that night, that's what I said. When Sally Ann wants to go on and on and on, when we found out what was going on over here and say how that was handled, nobody called Sally Ann up. Nobody called her up. She came up on her own accord, and nobody did to her what Natasha did to her. And she sat there and she groveled. She groveled. And please let me prove myself. She groveled. Okay? And so did Robin Swan. And then they said it didn't happen. To save Natasha's image, they said it didn't happen. Well, it did happen. Hi, MH. Good to see you back here. So, okay. I clicked off of there. I said to Jimmy, wow, that is a lesson. That is if somebody wants to see brainwashing on YouTube, in the span of 20 minutes, you could see brainwashing on YouTube. You could see the power she has to incite anything. And that's why she's dangerous. She's a dangerous, dangerous person. Because these people are not thinking for themselves. Okay? These people are not thinking for themselves. They are doing whatever she says. And when somebody has that amount of control, it's horrible. You can see and hear all the time. When I say something, there'll always be a handful of people, well, no, I didn't see that way, or whatever. There's never like just uniform like that. It was scary. Okay? People can have different opinions in here, and they do. And people don't get called out because they have a different opinion in here. But there, it was insane. So, I listened to Doug's story. And then I was listening to Scooter. And I happened to see if she was still live, because she went off. She went off and listened to them and got people on the panel. She was not even on the panel. She had to go. She says she doesn't listen to people. She doesn't listen. She got off the panel, closed her picture, which she didn't have on, muted herself, and sat there and listened to Crofton's live. Okay? And had a bunch of people on the panel. When I clicked over a few minutes before I got on this live, I just checked something. There was a video that came up. And it said, you call Natasha neck. And then they said, but it's interesting because, and they said NEC. But then they said, because neck, NECK, is a fight song. And now it's our fight song. And they had this thing, and it said, tomorrow, and it's hard to see because she had the top cut off, but it says, the trash goes out. Be ready. And then it said, tomorrow, the trash goes out. Be ready. After saying this is their fight song, okay? And then they said, this is our fight, what did it say? Something, are y'all, hey you all, get ready. And then they put Merb, hey Merb, on the screen, okay? And somebody said, who made that? And she goes like this, I don't know. I was just sent a link. Yeah, you don't know. Who were you sent the link by? Where did it come from? And then Scarlett, who is a very dangerous person in my opinion, okay? Very dangerous. And she says, and there's been threats in her chat from someone named Pug's Mama, said she was going to take a road trip to upstate New York and I better not be on the road, okay? Scarlett is always saying where I am in upstate New York all the time. Scarlett happens to live in the same borough as my daughter. And I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with that song. And then Scarlett says, I don't know why people are calling her Merb. Why don't we call her Merp, the perp? It's what she is. You see? They're bringing you down. You're subhuman. You're a perp. Go ahead and hurt her. Hurt her family. She's subhuman. That's how the Nazis did that. They made the groups they attacked subhuman. Don't worry about killing them. They are subhuman. Call her Merp the perp. She's a perp. Don't feel bad about it. Kill her children. Kill her. Merp the perp. Sorry, I am not taking this anymore. I'm not. I don't feel safe. My heart is racing. Okay? My heart is racing. They have crossed so many lines. I have seen the threats in their chat. Threats to my life. They got all upset with the spreadsheets. I have spreadsheets full of threats to me. I'm going to take a ride to upstate New York. I hope she's not in the road because I'll run her down. Scarlett has done lots of threats, okay? And this is nuts now. With the way that she can incite, as we see in this very video, the way she can incite that, somebody saying, think of her as Merp the perp, and we have a fight song, and it's going down tomorrow. One of these people that cannot think for themselves thinks they're going to get a lot of attaboys and attagirls if they do something. And I do not feel safe. and something needs to be done. Okay? Because this is too much now. It has reached a very dangerous level. She threatened Mrs. Portland with a knife the other day. Mrs. Portland, this is for you. That's a direct threat. She likes to weasel out of this crap and say it's not. You take a knife like that and you say, Mrs. Portland, this is for you? What does that mean, Mrs. Portland, this is for you? If someone did that to her, she would be on the rooftop screaming it. If you want to see what hate she can incite, look at how they changed from loving wogs to hating wogs in a matter of 2 minutes. In a matter of 2 minutes, they went from I'm sub to him, he's great, I love him, he needs a record deal, to he's the worst scum on the face of the earth. This is horrible. He needs to be off YouTube. He's the worst person around. Everybody unsub to him. Okay? If you really need to see it, how she can incite hate like that. Doug, the same thing. They were begging. Okay, begging. Where's Doug? Is he okay? He was up on panel. Everybody loved him. He got out of there. He is on Crofton. She heard that. And now everybody hates him. He's a dirty old man. He's disgusting. He's this, he's that. Not one person stood up for him. Not one. Not one person. This is how the Nazis took over. Just like this. Not one person spoke out on either one of them. Not one person stood up. It's horrible. Not even Glenn. No. Nope. Glenn went right along with it. Yep. Of course, they have to go along with it. They have to go along with this crap. Otherwise, they're going to call them out. That's why Brenda, yes, but in New York, you cannot get an emergency restraining order like that. That's what I explained to you with BBT Boston. There has to be criminal charges, or it has to be something in the family court, like a custody battle, like it's your ex or somebody like that. You cannot just do that in New York. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. It doesn't matter if she made it private. It really doesn't matter, because it was already played. It was already played, and that hate was brought out there, and there's already a copy of it. She's going to think that there's not going to be copies of that stuff? Are you nuts? You don't think I'm going to copy that? She's hiding it because it's been reported. But YouTube has it. Doesn't she know that? Does she not know that? I still see the video. I still see it. Are you looking at the right video? I still see the video. Cindy, she thinks she's above the law. She thinks she's above the law because she's gotten away with all of her crimes before. She's above the law. And let me tell you about this fundraiser. Okay? I'll tell you about this fundraiser. Here's what Brooke was trying to say but couldn't convey it. If you say you will adopt a family, her moderators will give you a link to a wish list that's on Amazon. You can buy those things. It has nothing to do with the almost $10,000 she's raised. That $10,000, do you know what that's for? That's if they can't get enough people to adopt those families, then they will use that money to fill in. But there's no transparency. Do you understand? How does she know she needs $10,000 if everybody's adopting a family? That's not the way you do this. That's not the way. Jimmy, the dogs are really bad now. They want to come in? Jimmy? Are you going to let the dogs in? Yeah, because... Okay. That's not the way you do it. Okay? Yeah, who are we dehumanizing, Cup of Stars? Who are we dehumanizing? Where are we dehumanizing anyone? They're dehumanizing us, Cup of Stars. Have you been paying attention? You're an NC supporter, correct? You are. Okay. If you support that Cup of Stars, good for you. I feel bad for you. I really do. You don't think, who is she dehumanizing? What she did to me is okay, Cup of Stars? Why don't you call in? I'd like to talk to you. You think it's okay? You think it's okay? Come on in. Call in. Don't delete. Don't delete, Cup of Stars. I want them to call in. I do want them to call in. No, you shouldn't. So what she's doing is she's raising all this money, and she's forgotten to say that she told people in the beginning, you can donate from on Cash App, right? What, Jimmy, what are you doing? You can donate on Cash App. Hold on. Oh, the lights in here, they keep flickering back and forth. You can go in through Cash App, but she doesn't mention Cash App anymore, right? She doesn't mention it anymore. She doesn't mention that she commingled the PayPal because it's the same one that she supposedly has Gabby Petito donations in. She says she's not going to show any receipts. She's not going to show any receipts. You did the same to him. What are you talking about, Cup of Stars? What are you talking about? What is Cup of Stars even talking about? Oh my gosh, I can't. Nothing. I'm talking to the chat. It's okay, Jimmy. I've got everything. So, she won't explain it, Carrie. She's still under the spell. She's under the spell. She supports my documentation, but she doesn't understand what she's doing. It's really sad. It's so sad because history keeps repeating itself, and this is exactly how certain groups of people were dehumanized. And people just stood by and did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. It's sad, Cup of Stars. I really do feel for you. You are under her spell. It's really sad, Cup of Stars. Because we did like you. I mean, we still like you. I feel bad for you. I really do. How does this happen, Cup of Stars? How do you turn into that kind of, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Millie, it's a cult. It is a cult. The same tactics in a cult are used. Is crying about AD. Oh my gosh. What did I do about, where did I dehumanize AD? Did I go after AD's looks? Did I go after anything but the facts of what AD was putting out there that were not facts, Cup of Stars? Did I sit up here with the family? Is that where this is coming from? Did I sit up here with the family and did I call him names? Did I make fun of his looks or his body? No, never. You will never, ever find me that I did that, Cup of Stars. What did we talk about, Cup of Stars? We talked about a script and fake storyline that he was making that case go on, and it wasn't true. Right? Isn't that what I did, Cup of Stars? You show me, please, where I called him names, where I did anything that this woman that you're sitting in chats with has done to people. What am I doing? What have I ever done? No, I didn't attack. I did not attack Cup of Stars. I did not attack him as a person. I attacked what was happening, okay? The script. Okay. Now I do have something I do want to say from this other stuff too, because this is very important. Very important. This is along the lines of what you're talking about, Cup of Stars, okay? I never called them. If you're saying that, Cup of Stars, you're lying. Because I never attacked his looks, his body, never attacked physical attributes. I never attacked that man. You said I dehumanized him. You are not telling the truth. I never attacked that man. And I will not have you say that. I will not have you say that because I have never, ever attacked that man. Nobody's attacking you, Cup of Stars. I invited you to call in. And I never attacked that man. Please, guys, just let's not sink to any levels that they do. I was talking about the script. I was talking about a creator making a false storyline to keep a true crime going, to milk it. That's what I was talking about, and nothing else. And nobody went after him on a personal level, making fun of his looks, body shaming, or anything. Okay? So you know that, Cup of Stars. You know that. I don't do that. But going back to that, there was someone that came up on her panel today, and it's someone that has the View Your Caught channel. And I believe the creator is I Have a Problem. And if I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry. I believe it is I Have a Problem. I Have a Problem or has been going back and forth with me. She loves me, she hates me, she loves me, she hates me. When my son died, someone directed me to these horrible videos she made where she said that I was using my son. They were really horrible. She was a small creator. She definitely had She was on when she was clearly inebriated. I didn't pay her any attention. She is in that armchair stuff up to her eyeballs. She went on today, and here's what she said, and here's why my community post. She said that when I sat there with the picture of my son, that it was staged. And Natasha said, yes, it was staged, and it never happened. And then this woman said, you remember when you had that video of her son? And Natasha said, well, no, I didn't have any video of her son, until this person called her out and said, no, you did. You did have a video where you played that thing. Natasha pretended that wasn't Robbie on that thing, and it was NewsTubers, and she led everybody to believe that was NewsTubers. NewsTubers made the video, but it was Robbie and Robbie's words, and none of it was edited. Okay? And she played it, knowing full well what was on there. And not only that, she agreed with him, and you know it. And she did it to trigger me. And she did it to hurt me. Yes. And then made another video about it, saying that she would do exactly the same thing. Okay? Validating what he did. So that's why I put that post. And then she read that post and said, she lies. This is what a narcissist does. I told you about the contractor I had that sat there with the freaking can of stain that wasn't open and told me he used it. Okay? This is what they do. They will never, ever admit they're wrong. They will never admit they lied. Even when you catch them red freaking handed, if I showed and played that video back for her, she would say, oh no, it's been edited. Just the same way she denied her racist crap that I called her on and said it'd been edited. If I played her own video back to her and let her hear her words, she would say, no, that's not her. Somebody did something to that video. They will never admit, ever. But that's what she said. And I want to say something, because then this woman said, how can I support the Rusaks and not support Natasha? Isn't it the same thing? And if I say that Natasha's scamming, isn't it the same as the Rusaks? So Natasha says yes. This lady says yes. So I feel like saying, well, turn that around on yourselves. If you're saying the Rusaks are scamming, then isn't Natasha scamming? But the difference is the Rusaks have crowd justice. Crowd justice has to go straight to the attorney, and it has to have a case number and a lawyer attached to it. That is what Natasha said she was going to do with that legal fund. She lied to everybody from the get-go. She said, oh, I have to go and see my lawyer, and we want to start something tonight, so I'll move it over to crowd justice. But then she lied. The next day, they asked her, are you going to move it over to crowd justice? And she said, no, I'm not. Okay? She said, no, I'm not. She was playing that clip of that video, repeat mocking. Was she, Robin? It's a good thing I didn't listen to that. Hi, Alicia. No. So, she never moved it to crowd justice. Never gave in the name of a lawyer. Said she won't give the name of a lawyer. It's her own effing business. So here's what she's doing. Now they're just giving her money wildly because they are completely controlled by her. She thinks it's funny. Okay? But there's a lot of people in there that cannot think for themselves. And when you can do that, you're a very dangerous person. Okay? So here's the thing about this fundraiser. She's not giving any receipts. She says, what do you want for receipts? You want pictures of the people opening their presents on Christmas morning? She said she wouldn't even do that. But that's not a receipt. That's like what you did with the buggies of groceries. That is not a freaking receipt. If you were really doing, she said, How can I give you receipts? This is run on Amazon. Is she nuts? You don't think you have receipts from Amazon? It's easier because you get an invoice for everything. Are you freaking nuts? If she did it on Amazon, no money would have to go into her hands. She cannot explain, and nor could Brooke explain, why the money had to go into her hands. They say there's 159 children. Why couldn't they have put all the wish list links up? People would have went in and shopped. They would have bought whatever they wanted, and then they would see what was needed. And if extra money was needed, if the families all didn't have all of their stuff purchased, they could keep promoting those lists. There was no reason that she's got $10,000 in another fund, and we don't know what she's got in Cash App. This is fraud, 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 fraud. And people are just letting it go on. And she says, what does it matter to you if you didn't donate? If a new charity came into town and it was fraudulent, nobody would prosecute it unless they donated, is what she's saying. Fraud is fraud. It doesn't matter if you donate or you don't donate. If you are doing something fraudulent, it matters. Because you're taking advantage of people. And sometimes these people, like it's shown tonight, cannot think for themselves. They can't see what you're doing. And they might be giving you their last dollar. Okay? They might be giving you their last dollar. You can go to the FTC, and I'm going to put the link in there, and you can report online scams, online frauds on social media. And that is a start. And if you think it's fraud, and if you think it is, you go ahead and you can report it. You can also tweet it out to Team YouTube. You can send it to, you can look up your news stations and give it to your consumer reporters who cover scams, especially during Christmas time. You can send it in to Dr. Phil. He's looking for scams. I put this link in Dorothy's chat earlier. So from here you can go and you can report. She's not giving a clear accounting. She thinks she's above it, okay? She thinks she's above the freaking law, okay? And she's trying to go say, oh, these people don't want to do anything about these children. No. Believe me, if she was in it for the children, she wouldn't need a PayPal fund. Why does she need the PayPal fund? Brooke says, because what about the families that don't get adopted? What about the families that don't get adopted? This is not a new concept. This is done on a lot of channels. I know she thinks she's the only one. If she was truly thinking of the children, why then did she say to one family, I'm sorry, your children are not in the program anymore because you guys were on a different channel, and then say it was the parents' fault for going to a different channel? Does that sound like someone that cares about the children? Does it? She is vulgar. If you miss the people of social media, what she said about me and my husband and Scooter, the most vulgar things. You think this is a person that cares about the children? Saying it while she has a minor child she wants to adopt in the house. You think she cares about the children? Cup of Stars, you support that what she says, the vulgarity? Go listen to people of social media. You support that vulgarity, Cup of Stars? The joking of starting a strap-on fund next? And basically how someone should R me? You know what I'm talking about? Okay? Assault? SA? Yeah, that's basically what she said. That's basically what she said. That I should be SA'd. I hope not, S. Sparks. I hope not. Because it's disgusting. And I don't think any of you even understand the level of vulgarity that's there. It shouldn't be allowed on YouTube. It's abusive. It's absolutely abusive. Telling a man to go and do something to another woman, telling another woman to strap something on to do something to another woman, that's assault. And everyone on that panel laughing about it. Everyone laughing. Go listen, T-Scale, go listen to the people of social media. I linked it in my community post. Go listen to the people of social media. It's their second to newest video. And if you think she doesn't lie, go listen to their newest video. If you think she doesn't go real life, like she said, listen to their newest video. Educate yourselves. This person is lying. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. She doesn't have to think for you. That woman does not have to think for you. You guys have to wake up. This is not okay. If you think it's okay, you're part of the problem. Did I send somebody to her house? Where's the proof? I'll tell you something, though. If she would have threatened me with that, if she would have said that thing that she has to Mrs. Portland, I would have called the police. Yes, I would have. 100%. If she took that knife and said, Mommy Ramblings, this is for you, I would have called the police on her. And Miss Portland was right to call the police on her. Miss Portland was right to call the police on her. And I support Mrs. Portland for calling the police on her. It's not okay to do that. It is not okay to do that. Thank you, Doug, for becoming a deputy ramblin'. It's not okay to do that to somebody. It's not. What's going on over here? What's going on with, I'm confused with what's going on. Did somebody just get accidentally hidden, Scooter? I think they did. I just want to make sure they're unhidden before I have to, I think somebody got accidentally hidden in an attempt to get out of troll. I'm going to unhide them. I don't understand. I'm not following this. Hold on. Oh, I'll be unhid them? Okay. All right. Yeah, it's not okay. So yeah, you need to go see that. And if you think it's okay, um, if you think you would like someone to talk to you like that, if you think YouTube is a platform where people are supposed to talk to people like that, and you know what? YouTube doesn't even know about this, and that's why it's got to get out there. And that's what I'm asking for your help. It has to get out there. And the only way we can do that is tweeting, getting to the media, okay? Putting this out there. This is abuse. You may think because it's not happening to you, but I can promise you it will get around to happening to you. And if you just stand by and let it happen, it's going to happen to you. It is. And all these people cannot think for themselves. It's scary. And when I saw that tonight, I knew we were in trouble. How are people saying, I love Woggs, I'm sub to him, oh, what a great, I hope he gets a record deal, oh, he's so wonderful, I've been sub to him for years. And she comes on and says 2-3 words, and the whole chat says, oh, I never liked Woggs, I hate him, I can't believe he did that to you, I can't believe he did that to you, I can't believe he did that to you. Right? I can't believe he did that to you. He's horrible. He's horrible. We should report him. We should get his channel down. That's a horrible thing. Everybody report that song. Then about Doug, right? Where is Doug? We miss Doug. We love Doug. What happened to Doug? Doug is going on Crofton. He's going to be talking about me. F Doug. And the whole chat. F Doug, I hated him, I hated him. She ranted about him. He didn't rant about her, okay? He was calm and he told the truth. She was ranting like she always rants. She tears people apart. It's what she does. She's an abusive person who should not be on a platform because she's going to have someone kill themselves. And then you'll all say, oh, wow, we should have done something. Did you hear so-and-so killed themselves last night? And then what do? You'll name a law after them? Then you'll all be up in arms? Then you'll all say we should have done something? Then you'll all say we shouldn't have sat there? When you have a law named after whoever, Annabelle or Annalisa, who killed themselves because they couldn't take that abuse. And it's done for a reason. Do you know why Doug was ripped apart in front of everybody today? That's what cult leaders do. When someone leaves, they make it so uncomfortable that everyone in there, if you study cults, we've studied Nexium, and they've told you, they would publicly humiliate someone, punish them, do things that somebody would say, oh my gosh, no way, that can't happen to me. And that's how they get away with this, and that's why they do it. That's why Sally Ann was called back on that stage, and she doesn't even understand, and she lies. She lies for this person and covers for this person that did this. But that's what they're doing it for. They're doing it to show everyone in that chat, if you think of leaving and going to any of these platforms to tell your story, I'm going to rip you to shreds. Just like she did to Alicia, calling her a drug addict. Just like she did to Tam, calling her a drug addict. I will tear you the freak apart. And now they've upped the ante. They said they're trying to go into people's personal lives. And they're making it known that we're going to go into your personal life and we're going to get your information. How many times you've been married. If you don't have anything else, we're going to go after personal things like that. Whatever. It's ridiculous. But they're trying to scare people. They're trying to scare people. And that's why it's done. And then so all those people better be good in that chat and you better not leave her, and you better put the money in, and you better send the donations in, and you better not get her mad. Because if you get her mad, she's going to come for you. It is, no, according to the terms of service, Kim, please read them. All of this. Something as simple as age shaming is not allowed. The problem is it's not enforced. The problem is there's too many channels. The problem is it's got to get in someone else's eye. And that's why I'm saying it's got to get out in someone's eye. Does anybody want to call in and talk about this? I am very worried about, you say that video is down. I don't see that video being down. I don't see it being down. You want to call in and talk about your experience, please do. But this is a true crime, and this is something I'm telling you. You mark my words, somebody's going to kill themselves or somebody's going to get hurt. One of the two. She is inciting too much control and power over these people. She's inciting hate. If you go to report a video, I'm going to show you something. It says inciting hate and violence. That is what she's doing. That's what that fight song is doing. That's what Merb the Perp is doing. It's dehumanizing me. Okay? Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's family member is going to get hurt. Somebody's going to take their own life. It's just a matter of when, if this isn't stopped. Besides that, there's scams going on. These are not on the up and up. If they were on the up and up, she would show the receipts. She can't show the receipts. Hold on a moment. No, that video is still up. That video is still up. That video is not down. Hold on, I have to get the phone. Hang on for 1 minute. All right, so if somebody wants to call in, you can send me an email. Oh. I don't know. Oh, gosh. Are you okay? Yes, okay. What was that? Hang on. What is it? All right, but hang on a minute. But what was it? I'm back. All right.
How many phones do you need?
That's okay. I'm good.
I need a phone.
No. Oh, why? I need it.
Oh, okay. So that's the only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you please shut that off?
Okay.
Because I can hear whatever that is, and I don't want to hear it. Hold on. What's going on with this? Why can't I see? Okay. So, yeah. Dorothy wants the link in Messenger. Okay. All right. Let me get this. Okay. I sent that in. All right. Okay. Thanks for becoming a sergeant. Thank you for becoming a sergeant. Okay. Tammy. Is that Terry S? Thank you for the super chat, super sticker. Okay. Yeah, you can email to call in. I don't know if anybody emailed. I don't know how this is. I'll get it. Hello? Hello? Please check my email. Thank you, snow remover. Thank you, S. Sparks. Okay, snow remover. I don't. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay. And okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to see. Frida, I'm trying to see. Oh, I want to say something. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay. I'm trying to see what. There's so many emails here. So thank you, Nanny Love, for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you, Tammy McD. That's very generous. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's going on here? I'm really like shaken up by this because. Hi, Doug. Hello, Doug. Can you hear me?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I've never done this Zoom thing, so
Oh, okay. So you're the Doug that used to be on Natasha's panel?
yes, I am.
Okay, so I heard some stuff on Crofton tonight. I also saw some stuff at Natasha's that's very scary, the way she can turn people for and against people with the snap of a finger. And she's a very dangerous woman in my book, and I don't feel safe. I do not feel
Well,
safe.
I can't say that I blame you
There was a
with the
fight. I
things
don't know
I've seen.
if you saw a fight video tonight that was played in that live.
I've not been in her.
Yeah.
The last time I was there was November 7th, and on when I had my heart attack, and I've not been in there other than like what I catch or something. But I can only take her in small doses anymore.
She shouldn't be on in any doses anymore. The woman is a dangerous woman. She shouldn't be on in any doses, and I'm totally serious.
Well, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry. I don't recall talking about you that much, because a lot of it I would tune out, Carolyn, just because it just, I didn't like the drama. But, I remember talking about Crafton. I do remember on a few occasions your name being brought up, but I don't think I ever said anything. I think I probably just stayed quiet, and I didn't really know your backstory or.
But no matter what backstory, tearing apart people the way she did, it should have never been done, and it should never have been tolerated by adults, and it really shouldn't have been. You shouldn't have all sat by. You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I get so angry when I think about it, and I think about the ones sitting there today, and they're the same ones that are going to be on the chopping block themselves in a few weeks.
Yeah.
It is.
Unfortunately,
It's sickening. It's sickening.
It's a revolving door.
Who's the flavor of the week? Whoever she has to give up, whoever it is. Christiane sits there, and Christiane will be on there if she continues on here in 3 weeks' time, and she'll be the one it's the way she is.
Yeah.
Okay. Scarlett.
No, I totally agree.
I don't know. That's the thing I would say when I came close to hurting myself over what she was doing.
What, today?
No, all the time she's been doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carolyn.
And no, I want to say something.
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
I would look at the chat, and I would look at all of you guys, and I'd say, how could you do this to another person? How can you do this to another person? Not one of you. Not one of you says this is wrong. I don't understand that.
Well, it is wrong. And that's, I'm sorry for any part that I ever had in it. Like I said, I don't remember much of it, but what I caught last night, and I won't mention that person's name, but it was Aunt Dorothy's, and it was a certain male talking about you and your son. I was so appalled. I got angry. I had to get off the internet. I literally wanted to punch something or somebody. And, if I would have known that, I don't think I would. I think I would have been gone, because I wouldn't have tolerated that. I'd like to think so anyways,
I don't know who this Bieber person is, but someone just showed me a comment where Bieber said, I heard you were asking about me, Mommy Ramblings. I'm just fine over here. Because supposedly this person wanted out, and she strong-armed that person in. But you know what? they sat by. They joined in. These people.
Well, I applaud you for what you're doing, because you're coming
If
out
I
with the
don't do this,
facts.
someone is going to end up getting killed or kill themselves. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I'm a very strong person, extremely strong. If I could get to that point, someone who may be weaker, someone maybe like Mrs. Portland, maybe like she's picking on subscribers. She picks on anybody. She doesn't know their mental status. She doesn't know what they're going through. She doesn't know if they're all alone sitting in their house, and then she's just degrading
She doesn't
them.
care.
She doesn't care. She shouldn't be on YouTube. There's got to be some kind of responsibility.
She knows I have a weak heart, but they're attacking me. Do you think they care if something happens to me? They don't.
No, she said your people are irreplaceable. People are replaceable. You're totally replaceable. And it's sad. And that's what YouTube has to change. Not everybody is capable of having a platform. There has to be a level of responsibility for it. You just can't put everybody in an airplane and let them fly. This whole thing where anybody can go live at any given moment, you know, even our teachers, we have somebody that sits in there and makes sure that they're okay, right? You have the principal comes in, somebody monitors, you know. YouTube doesn't even have a monitor that comes in to see what the heck is going on in these lives.
Television has a monitor.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
they got to pass the regulations, but this is unregulated.
This is
ridiculous. But it's just like TV, because it's going to every household. Right.
And in one day they're going to say, can you imagine when YouTube was like that and people could just go live and they didn't have to sign anything, you know, they could just go live whatever they wanted and do whatever they want. No, you can't. And this is what has to change. What she is doing is just so bad to so many people. And the way she just turned them on you tonight, and the way she turned them on Wogs tonight, she has a cult there.
It's very cult-like, and I will totally agree with that. Very so much like Jim Jones. It's kind of a mixture to me, like Jim Jones, like Jim and Tammy Baker, and you might as well throw in some Church of Scientology stuff. It's kind of a mix. It wouldn't surprise me, because if you listen to any of these guys that have done this stuff, even Charles Manson, they go and they read up on these different cult activities, and they learn from, and they'll grab a little here and a little there, and they'll kind of put together their own thing. It wouldn't surprise me that she's done that she's studied how to do this.
I think 100% she has. Someone even mentioned it, because we have a lot of people that study behavior here. I mean, professional behavioral analysts have said the way she was speaking, her cadence, and when she played those Jesus songs that first night when she was collecting that money and holding her hands up like this and getting that is copied from some kind of evangelical preacher.
Yeah, that's
thing.
Jim and Tammy Faye kind of stuff right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes, she must have been around that very heavily at other points. And I think she takes this all in, and she knows, she has a whole shtick she goes through. Once you see it, you can predict her behavior. I knew she was going to come on as a victim tonight. She always gets off as this big, bad bully. And then the next time she comes on as a victim. But before that's finished, once the super chats roll, whatever, then she either, will get up as that bully, or she'll be that victim, but fighting back. That's where she needs the fund. She needs to do something.
Well, you really opened my eyes up to a lot, and I want to thank you for that. Your factual information that because when I came across you, Carolyn, I was searching. I was looking for answers. And you answered a lot of my questions. And this part about how to look for how she, what's your wording? How she would just go like a revolving door. She'd have little steps she's going to do. You'd say she's very predictable in what she was going to do. And, it all made sense to me. And, it's important that you're out there doing what you're doing, because there's people that are on the fence that want to leave, but they're deathly afraid. because they know what's going to happen to them if they do.
Right, and that's why she does that humiliation stuff. That's why
Oh, yeah.
it's a cult tactic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know, my biggest advice to any of those people that may be viewing you, wanting to get information but aren't afraid to act on it, listen to what Carolyn has to say and know that the facts are there and it's not just BS that's being spewed out of lips. She's showing you proof, evidence, like she's treating this like a crime, and she's showing you the proof. And if that's opening your eyes, but you're still afraid, just know that there's a community out there. There's people out there that will help you once you break free. We can't tell you how to do it, or, you know, you got to muster up the strength to be able to do it yourself. But once you get out, you do have people that are going to be there to comfort you, to let you know that you're not alone. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, that you're not going to get attacked, but if you do, you're not alone being attacked by yourself, you know. So
Right.
that's the main thing why I came, you know, because I was just going to lay low and not say nothing. But the reason why I came out, knowing very well that all hell's going to break loose on me, I'm going to pay the price for it.
Yeah, she's going to call
But-
you a drug addict, and that's her normal go-to. You know,
Oh,
drug
yeah,
addict is
yeah.
one that she loves, and she's done it her whole life. Like the income tax thing, it was drug addict. It was drug addict Alicia Tamra, drug addict, drug addict, drug addict. You know, and it's constant with her. So it's just same old thing,
Yeah.
and she gets.
Well,
away
I
with
will
it.
say, I passed every UA and everything that I had to for my job.
Yeah, no, I
It was
don't.
constant,
I'm
yeah.
not saying
No,
that.
and I
Yeah.
know that. I'm saying that for her ears, that
Yeah.
if I was a drug addict, I would have never been able to do the work that I did and work for under union pay scales and everything and hold the positions that I held.
Right.
And, you know, I have a very calm, collect mind, and I don't just do stuff stupid, even though what I did with dealing with her was a stupid move on my part. It's highly embarrassing that what I did, but my eyes are open.
But can
You
I,
might fool
can
me
I
once,
ask
but you
you
can't fool
something?
me twice. Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
when you're with her, okay, and it's obvious, like she literally comes out, like I said, and she could be holding, you know, a purple pillow, and then you say, "You were holding it." No, I wasn't holding that purple pillow. She will lie about something you can just prove so easily, and she lies. Did you know she was lying to you? Like, did you get that? I mean, like literally, she would lie about
there
what
were-
she said the next day.
I was catching some of it. But you know, you're afraid to speak up. I mean, there were times that I would kind of say some stuff, but I'd always get put in my place. I mean, I think if you ask anybody that knew me while I was there, I didn't always follow the beaten path all the time.
Right.
Because I would kind of question things, and I would feel sorry for people. I would try to give wisdom rather than jumping on them and chewing them out. But the thing you got to realize, Carolyn, is you're in there and you're surrounded by all these people that if you make one wrong move, say one wrong thing, they are going to attack
I'll
you.
jump on you. Yeah, I realize
Yeah.
that, and that's a fear, right? That's the
Yeah,
fear that's in there.
it is a fear.
Yeah, because nobody
And-
wants to be on the receiving end of that. No one.
No. I mean, it was such a fear for me. It caused me to have a heart attack. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how big the fear, you know, because I went and I stated how I felt. I apologized to Crafton. I told her I didn't agree with her 100% of the time.
Right.
You know, and she told me to get off the panel. She acted like I wasn't even there anymore talking about me. And then the you know, I'm being attacked like blood in the water, and it just got to be overwhelming. I'm like, these were my friends, because that was the thing that held me. You know, there's always something about these cults that hold you in place, and it was my friends. It wasn't her, because if it was just her, I would have been gone a long time ago.
Right.
but it was people that I cared about.
Right, because you knew they
on
weren't
there.
gonna step out, and I mean it's shown.
No.
The people that have come here, and I do think you are genuine, and I feel you're there, and I understand, and I'm sorry about your heart attack, and that shouldn't happen to anybody. YouTube should not do that to people.
No,
You
no, and
know,
they shouldn't have done to you what you were going through with your son. That was
They should
the
never
worst
have
of the
talked about my
worst.
son. And then she lied about it today until even the person that was trying, listen, my friend actually said, well, wait, no, you did have that video, and then she'll admit, but I watch her. She's very careful what she says. Like she'll just,
Yeah,
she
she
won't
is.
say yes or no. Like she's just a very person you cannot trust. You can't trust her with anything. She'd screw over her own family, and she has. Her family, they totally enable her. Every single one of them enables her. We've seen it with the income tax. I mean, not the income tax, the dress fraud on her sister. It's just, I don't know why, like the embarrassment in a small town. I don't know, getting some benefits from it, but they enable her. It looks like no one has ever told her, no, you can't do that. And if she, truly thinks she's a righteous person and she's on the side of the light and be a light, and all that is just nothing but hypocrisy because her heart is black. Her soul is black if she even has one. She could never be a God-fearing person because no truly God-fearing person could lay their head down at night and do what she does. It's all a fake, phony thing. I don't even think I think
She's like a false prophet.
oh yeah, a false prophet, and I believe she's like. I think it's funny that Scarlett comes right out and says she believes that she is God. Have you ever heard Scarlett say that?
No, I did
That's
not ever
scary.
hear that.
And
If I would have heard that, I would have been running for the hills because I know who my Lord and Savior is,
Yes.
and I will not put no false prophet in front of him.
Yes,
There,
Scarlett.
I never heard that.
Who's
Wow.
heard Scarlett say that? That Scarlett is God. That Scarlett is God. It's
That's scary.
It's very scary. She has said that, and family members of hers have said that, and that's a scary thing. And but there's no way. You're telling me she's a Christian woman, and she goes off into things like that she talks about, like what she said. Basically, she told my husband to sexually assault me today. She told Scooter to sexually assault me today. It's right on.
These came out of her mouth today?
Your terms of service. Go listen to the video.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
It's disgusting.
No, I am not doubting you. I'm just,
She
Wow.
thinks she is above everything. That because she wasn't caught in Geneva, and when she was caught in Geneva, she pled down, right, from a felony, and she thinks, I'm going to sit right in this recliner, and no one's going to get me, and no, I'm not going to be held accountable. And
she's very criminal minded.
she is.
Very
And she
criminal
uses
minded.
fear. And I'm telling you now that this fight video, and with my daughter living in the same borough of New York City as Scarlett, okay? I am not taking this lightly. I am not Scarlett, okay? I'm not taking it lightly. What's going to go down tomorrow? Everybody knows what's going on here. If something happens tomorrow, we're going to know what happened, okay?
They made threats to her?
To me. So what's going to happen to me? How can you hurt me? You can hurt my kids, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what they're planning, okay? But, she gets upset. People call the police. I'll call the police on all of you if I feel threatened, and I do. And I will never be sorry for it. Never. And Mrs. Portland was right to call the police on you, because if you ever brandished a weapon like that and said it was for me, I would call the police on you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. I seen that too. I mean, not these little clips I catch by watching Dorothy and stuff, and
If I think my kids are, I'm going to talk right to you, Natasha, and to Scarlett. If I feel my kids, my family are in danger, I'll call anybody I need to. And I feel like I'm in danger. I feel like my family is in danger. Okay? So keep up your little games, because they're not games anymore.
I'm, I'm just at shock. I can't
No,
believe
it's
this.
disgusting. They're doing fight songs, and it's going to go down tomorrow. This is not the first time Scarlett has said stuff like this, okay? It's not the first time she's gone into comments and said, you know, she's going to take care of me for Natasha, like her bodyguard.
That's like stuff that was being that the Manson family girls were
Yeah.
saying.
Exactly.
This is and you know what? In that kind of situation, you don't want to take that stuff lightly because
No.
you don't know what can happen
No,
and what
that's
not.
what I told
And
my
all they
friends.
have to say is one thing, and they get somebody that's in the group that's crazy enough to do something.
That's right.
And then they'll say, "Well, we didn't tell her to do that." Just like Charles Manson, I didn't
That's
do
right.
that. They took it upon themselves.
That's right. That's why this is dangerous, and that's why this has to be shown just how disgusting this is. And if you could just see it, just look at that chat, and you can see the way she can get these people to love and hate in just a minute. They love and they hate. They love and they hate based on what she says and what she feels. And if some of them are maybe not dealing with, a full deck, or they're, unbalanced in a certain way, and they think they're going to win points with her by hurting someone or taking someone out that's bothering her, someone, yes, could very easily do that. And that's one of the things that's really scary, and it always has been, because you can get someone to do that if you are inciting that hate and violence into them and putting this target on someone's back like that. And that's what they're doing.
Wow.
And then
Yeah,
you'll say,
I'm
oh
sorry,
gosh, we should have
Carolyn.
taken it seriously. Because my husband will be one like that. He'll be like, oh, I don't think anybody would be that sick. He used to say things like, I don't think anybody would be that sick to poison someone's food or something. And then when I show him a newspaper article and look, he goes, wow. Because he always thinks the best of people, right? That people would never slink that low. But he doesn't really pay attention to the level of hatred that's being incited
I was like the Rajneeshpuram here in Oregon. I witnessed that firsthand. They were
Right.
poisoning the drinking water and threatening to kill people and all kinds of stuff when people were trying to expose them for what they were.
Right.
That's the same thing that's going on here.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
very cult-like. I mean, I wouldn't even say cult-like. It is a cult.
It is a
It's
cult,
not
and
cult-like.
she sent people in here. This is the thing. She sent people in here like back in June and July that had stayed in until now to get into meetings, to get things back to her. These were very needy people that wanted private Zoom meetings they asked us for, and they're involved with other people. We still know that there are other people. She made it. She was taunting us that there were people in there, that people were sending her our meetings, that people were inside of, our as ramblers that were not ramblers. And we know who they are. Okay, we've already got, the one that passed that link along. But I was also told to announce someone's passing, and that was to start a big uproar. I did not do that. I saw that. Now I question anything I get. Any person that comes in, I get. They're just.
You need to. You need
sick.
to do
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
sick. And you know what? And there are certain people that do know of what she's doing, and those people should come forward. Anybody that's protecting her, you're part of the problem. And if you think, oh my gosh, she's going to, expose this, she's going to expose that on you anyway. She's going to expose that on you anyway. Okay, it's coming. Okay, and anybody that's new getting in there, if that's where you think you need to be, it's just, it's horrendous. You learn to.
I don't think it's just all fun and games when you go in there, because that's how I got started. I was just in there to have fun, just goofing off, when we would joke around, not the whole drama stuff, but just having fun, laughing, joking, not at anybody's expenses, just laughing, joking. But it starts to slip in. It starts to come. What I seen of it, it just kind of gradually, a little more. And
she lies so much that she used to tell you guys that I was over here making fun of her weight, and I was over here talking about her, and I was over here, and I never said anything. I don't talk about people that way. I never have. You will never find a video of me slamming somebody's look, slamming somebody's body. I don't do that. Never.
No, you don't.
And that's why when somebody came in here and was saying something about me doing something to another creator, I said, no, called the creator out on facts of what they were doing to the family, but never did I disparage their looks or their body or their intelligence. I don't do that. I just don't. Thank you, Shari.
Well, you were not the person that was made out to me. I will say that when I got to the point where I started to do my own research and I laid back. I came in your channel under an alt name and I just sat back and I was going to view it in a fair-minded way. I wasn't choosing sides so much yet, but I wanted to hear what you had to say and to see if they answered the questions that I had, to see what, if what I was thinking was true. And you answered those questions for me. So, again, you were not the person that I was told that you were. Definitely Crafton and Kim weren't. And that was kind of the surprising thing. Like, these people seem like normal people. They seem, no yelling, screaming, cussing. These are the kind of people that I should have been around with in the first place, because these are my kind of people. Because I will tell you that no time was Natasha ever really my kind of a person. And that falls on me. I knew better and I made a stupid decision and it cost me. But you know what? I'm a person of faith, even though I've made my share of mistakes. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, nobody is. We're not.
But I just think that God put me in this position for a reason. And I think that I'm here to bear witness and to help people that are trapped in the same way that I felt trapped, that there's a way out. And that's the thing I want people to realize. You're not stuck in there. If it's not going to help everybody over there, because there's people over there, you're not going to save them no matter what, because their minds, they're blinded. There's no way. But There's people over there that are on the fence. They want to go. They just don't know how to do it, and they're scared. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And those are the people we can save. Those are the people that we can help. And the rest of them, I mean, really all you could do is pray and hope that someday, somehow, sad thing is, it's probably not going to happen that way. And hope to God that nobody gets hurt by this, because that's the path that's going down. It's getting worse, because all this stuff you talked about today, I never seen that when I was on there. Never did I see it. They're coming unhinged over there. I really do believe that you're pushing the envelope on them, and they're cracking, and that's why they're getting desperate. And that's what Jim Jones did towards the end. And Jonestown, as he was starting to crack, and what did we see happen? Things started going awry. And yeah, I think that's what's starting to happen.
She is frightened now, but the scary thing is, like, Charlotte, I call her Charlotte, Scarlett was saying, to these people, they had to have such control on them that they said, 4 creators are telling you not to go into Mommy Ramblings, and the other ones we told you not to go into. You don't need to go there. I've never said don't go there. I'm not worried if any of our people go there, because I know they will be repulsed by it. Okay? I know if they're there because they just want to protect me and tell me. I don't have to ever be worried that they're going to go there and say, oh, you know what? I really love it here. And if they did, then they're not made for this community, okay?
Right.
She is a death grip on these people because she has lied to them about what's over here. She has lied like crazy about what we do here, who we are. So if they come here and hear the truth, or especially when I was telling the truth on her, she didn't want them to see that. How did she want them to see that? Because she's lied to them about all of that. She's never gone through how she treated that lady. She's given a whole different spin on that lady. And again, it's nothing of the truth.
And her lies will get worse and worse about you, to color you even worse, because you're getting too close to what she wants you to be.
Yep. But my name was good, and she rode that name all the way, and yet will say that, oh no, I'm just this horrible channel. I can't get any views. And I just listen, and her people believe this crap. And it's like, But you guys, like, I don't know if you were on the panel, but many nights you were watching my content and enjoying. And I said, look at these people. I bet there's people in there that are enjoying this content. And yet, she has no content. She was just streaming me.
I mean, and I'm not saying that she didn't, while I was there, because I just don't remember.
Right. You might not have been on at that time because that was like.
But I could have very well been. But I do remember the one that she did show that stuck out real deep in my soul was when you were crying about your files being missing and you were pretty upset, and she was making fun of that.
Of course.
I remember thinking to myself, I'd be upset too. Those are photos of her kids, of her, and your husband was like, it's going to be okay. And you're like, no, it's not. Did you ever resolve that issue? Did you get your files back?
It looks like they're behind, somebody told me what the files are, that they got moved into like FAT files, and they're behind this petition in this other like drive or something. So I'm confident.
So somebody hacked in and did that.
No, they're not hacked. It's like some kind of, my husband thinks it was some kind of an update maybe, and it created like a petition. And they're behind this petition, but not in the drive they were. So I'm hoping, and now I just have someone walk me either through it, because I don't live like where
Right.
There's just a computer store down the line. So someone either has to walk me through it. I'm pretty good like that if I can look at it, or but it looks like the stuff is there, but it's that night it scared the crap out of me.
I could tell what you're going through, and my heart went out to you, but I couldn't say anything because if I did, but you know what, I should have. Again, I should have spoke up. I should have said, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at her for? That's not cool.
And my thumb, they made such an issue of my thumb. And when I got to the hospital, they told me I had an infection in my thumb. And if I didn't take care of it, yes, it would have gotten much worse. I had to stay on, 2 weeks of antibiotics. But she makes this big freaking deal that I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I don't need to create content like that. That's
pretending.
Not,
oh my God. She's the queen of pretending. She's always got, my nose is bleeding. Well, I need this.
Yeah.
And it always happens when she needs it to happen to help her get what she wants accomplished.
Right.
She plays everybody like a fine-tuned fiddle.
Right. Yep. I know. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why my husband said, like, now that I've taught him her patterns, he can see it like crazy.
Patterns. That was the word I was trying to come up with.
Yep.
I'm tired. I went through one thing already with crafting.
No, I appreciate it. And I'm really sorry that this is the kind of thing. Like, what if you had died? What if you had a heart attack and you died from it?
She would have told everybody on the panel, Doug's fine. No, we don't know. Because that's what she was telling. She knew. That, yeah. I have text messages proving that she knew. She knew what was going on with me, but she would never tell the panel, because she knew it wouldn't fit her narrative. It would make her look bad.
Right.
And no, she wouldn't have cared.
No, she wouldn't.
No, she probably, this is how much she would have cared, Carolyn. She would have started a fun thing for me to help bury me or help my kids or something. Yeah, and then they would have never got anything. Yeah, I'd probably get like some fake flowers on my tombstone, and that'd be about it.
Maybe, that's what I'm saying. It's always what's in it for her, and these people, and I've said it for a long time, even before she was on here, they look for a crisis, as sick as it is. And I'm telling you this, I think there were people that were envious that my son passed away because they would love to exploit something like that. And it's sick to think about, but when you are holding up the ashes of your hamster and screaming and crying about it after you made fun of me for holding the picture of my son and being upset, and you're holding the ashes of a hamster screaming and crying because somebody made fun of your hamster, and they didn't even make fun of your hamster, they said something about hamsters, there's a problem. And I'm convinced they want to use, or they'll use somebody else's tragedy.
Yeah,
they'll use somebody else's tragedy for anything, and they will.
Yeah,
they will.
That's sick. I know. Kim of Kim and Kraft, and Kim made a statement. I don't know if it was on here or not, but she said something about pets dying and a human dying. And I didn't get the, because a lot of this, I don't know the backstories, because I wasn't on any other thing. I came straight from the outside right into this mess, into Natasha. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. And she made the comment about, humans and animals passing. And I didn't get it, the gist of it. And I said, yeah, it's kind of hard. It sucks. And now she was talking about the hamsters, and she was talking about your son. And then when she explained it to me, I was like, oh my God, I really stuck my foot in my mouth on that one, because there is nothing. That was what I seen that was said last night was appalling.
Yeah.
How anybody can say those kind of things and treat a woman in that way and say the foul words that he said to a woman, saying the C word. That's as bad as saying the N word to a black person. Mm-hmm. That's as low as that's the worst thing you can say to a female. That's how I was always taught. You do not say that word to a female. And he just says it like it's nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. And he doesn't care about nothing. And he didn't care about you or anything. He just said what he said because he's all about me, myself, and I. That's all he cared about.
Okay.
And it made me sick.
You know what they're saying right now? Someone just sent me something. They're saying that I called the police on Hermod Jax, and they're breaking into Jax's house with crowbars.
Okay.
They are creating a situation to take the heat off of their fight video and their threat to me. So now they're saying that I called the police, not that I called the police, that I called people to go there and break in with crowbars.
Huh.
That I have people there.
This is getting out of hand.
This is the level of sickness. This is the level of sickness. And I guarantee you there's nobody there. And Robbie is spearheading this, saying that we have a layout of his house and we know how to do this. And yeah, okay. Scoots and Merb have got a layout of Robbie's house and we put it online. Really, Robbie? Okay. All right, Robbie. Okay.
Wow, they're going to
DEFCON. They're going to do anything to deflect off of what they put out there tonight. So now they're going to put anything, and they're using this Jax thing, okay, to the hilt. When I didn't even know this guy's gender or transition status or whatever, they are just using this to the hilt.
Well, I hope this is an eye-opener for a lot of people.
I hope so.
I hope so. You got to ask yourself, people that are over there, why can you not mention the harassment fund anymore? Mm-hmm. You can't mention if you said she tells, right? Yeah, you can't mention it. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Because there's not one. She's already got the money. She doesn't want you to mention it because it's no longer there anymore.
She already has the $10,000 from the other one too. Yep. Hi, Amber.
Hi. I know I haven't. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Oh. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I know I haven't been up here before, but I just wanted to say a couple things because, I've kind of watched all this unfold with Doug. And Doug, I support you 100%. I've always liked you. I'm a fellow Oregonian, so I can relate to you there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I didn't watch all of Natasha's live today, but what I did see was horrible. Because when I would watch Natasha, when Doug would be on there, she was so supportive of him. Everyone was. They loved him to death, or at least it seemed like. And then tonight, all of a sudden, Natasha said she doesn't believe that he ever had a heart attack, and it was a lie. And she said that she went into her mod chat and told her mods that she thought it was a lie right when he told her that. And wow. I mean, I'm thinking back to the fact
I wish it was a lie, tell you the truth.
I wish it was for you too. I really do. But I remember back then she was telling everyone, hey, yeah, he had a heart attack, but he's doing okay now. And to me, that shows the fakeness and how two-faced it is completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when she said that, then all the people on her panel, well, Scarlett was the first one to say it. And then Natasha agreed and went on about what she said she would tell the mods. And then, a guy that was so supportive of you and called you his friend said the same thing. And to me, and it just says a lot. I haven't supported her for a long time, but that even says so much more to me because you were so supportive of her, and the fact that she would go and say those things about you while you were still supporting her. I mean, that's wrong.
Well, Amber, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Amber, I was seeing things, and when it really hit me hard that I knew without a shadow of a doubt was when I was in the hospital and going through all this, and how she acted and how she lied, and how she was saying that there's something wrong if a grown man has his grown son talk for him, and that my son was just that my account got hacked and that was just all fake and stuff. I at that point I knew she is full of it. She is not the person she portrayed herself to be to me or to anybody else. And I knew that it's over, it's done. And that's when at that point I felt like the grasp that was ever held on me that's where I broke free. That's when I felt I've broke free. I am no longer a part of this community. Part of it, I was sad because I had friends there that I cared about, but the biggest part of me was just really relief that I was no longer there. Yeah, I laid low because there was a certain amount of fear, but also I had to worry about my health. I didn't want to all of a sudden get stuff coming at me when I'm not ready for it. And I wanted, and there, I'm human. There was a part of me that had a lot of anger about this, and I didn't want to come out in an angry way because that would just feed her fire even more. That would just point blank prove that, oh, well, he's this and that. See his anger, because I've seen what she would do to other people that would come at her in an angry way. And I didn't want to. I just wanted to be very calm, collect, tell the truth, and that's it. And yeah.
Yeah, I understand that 100%. And I hope you're doing okay now. And your health is getting better,
Yeah, I got to follow the rules. I got to, it's a life change. I got to eat the right foods. Sucks because I really want a cheeseburger. I watch TV during the commercials and they'll have some hamburger or some pizza, and that would kill me. The one that got me the most was the New York peppermint commercials. I wanted one of those peppermint patties so bad. No, because my blood sugar's high, my cholesterol was high. The doctor said I was at high risk of having another one, so I got to totally change my lifestyle. I have a 8-month-old granddaughter who I'm just head over heels. I'm wrapped around her little finger right now. And my goal in my life is before I leave this earth, I want to make sure she remembers me. She knows me.
Yeah.
And when I was laying in the hospital bed on my phone, that was the thing that pulled me through, was looking at my granddaughter.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
That's a good motivation to have.
Yeah. So, anything that side throws at me, I knew it was coming. It's going to come. I'm going to try hard to not let it get to me. But I'm human. I'm sure at some point it is, but I just got to let it go. It's not worth it.
At some point it'll feel like a weight, because when you're in that kind of thing and with that kind of energy, with the drama every day and something happening, that just sucks the energy, the life out of you. I know that just going through this, having to go through this, and it's why I just want people to see this and just get this done and finished and to bed, and people should see this, and it's driving me crazy. Like, how much more do we have to show you? Does somebody have to die, before something's
Well,
done?
the Manson girls they were constantly being shown the truth, but they were so wrapped up in it they didn't believe. I read Diane Lake's book, and she talked about how she had to go into a basically like an insane asylum to get a break from it, to be deprogrammed.
Yeah.
And when she came out, I think she said she was in there for 6 months. And when she came out, she looked at things totally different. And when she had to go to court and face Charles Manson, and she was scared, she was nervous, and I can understand, because I could understand that being today.
Yeah.
But she said once she seen his face, she knew that he no longer had a hold on her. And
Yeah.
So anybody that's in Natasha's camp that's in fear of leaving, read Diane Lake's book. It's a real good book about how to break free from that. You'll see her struggles, and I think it would be a helpful thing to kind of help you understand how to get out of something like that. Granted, it's not as harsh of a cult that the Manson family was, but it still gives you some insight on how a human reacts to those kind of things. So,
Well, and I'm hoping, like Carolyn said earlier, to see how fast people flip. I'm hoping that people over there who do like you and who have been supporting you and were worried about you and everything will see how fast everyone just flipped in a minute, literally.
well,
And
I
that
hope
might
so.
open their eyes,
Yeah.
because that's important. And
Yeah. I know I can't reach everybody. I know that. Even if I can reach one person, that would make me feel like I've made a difference.
You know what? You know what really got to me tonight too? She was so worried you were going on Crofton, right? She was coming out there crying, that she was so upset. She was the one that jumped at the handful of people we let go from here because we found out things that they were doing behind the scenes, right? She jumped on those people, made how many videos calling them ramblers, and they're going to tell on me, just anything to disparage me, right? When we're the ones that brought attention to what they were doing, and they weren't even ramblers. Some of them were plants in here from people. She couldn't wait to put them on her panel. She couldn't wait to exploit them in order to get at me. But then when someone like you that walked away, it wasn't done like that, you've come back, you go on, you're not even doing what she had these people do, and these people aren't even with her anymore, so it's a funny thing. She's crying. She's freaking crying.
It's all a show. It's not true.
Right.
She's afraid that
Thank
people
you,
are going to
Tammy.
leave.
Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Because when I started having my heart attack, things got kind of fuzzy. But I do remember while I was sitting there, while my son was getting everything ready for us to leave to the hospital, I do remember her yelling at the chat because the chat was arguing. There were some people that were defending me, and there were those people that weren't. And there was chat argument going on, and she was telling them to shut up, knock it off. So yeah, I never thought that I made that big of a difference for people in there. And again, I think that maybe the Lord may have put me there for a reason, and maybe that's why everything went down. And if that's so, then that's fine. I'm glad to do what I can.
Yeah, there's a lot of other good communities and good people, and you don't have to be consumed with hate like that. That's no good.
No.
I don't even know how she could want to be. Her channel literally is nothing but a hate. She talks about a hate channel where she drags people endlessly. How anybody could enjoy doing that, I don't know. You've really got to be, your character has to be disgusting.
Well, I stated here in one of my text messages to her. I said, it needs to end, Natasha. It ain't healthy for you. It is like cancer. It eats you up inside. Life is way too short to let things get to you.
Oh, right.
And you know, and she,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, she read a bunch of your text on her live today, but of course she didn't read that one. But you know,
well,
you
of
trying to
course,
be there. Yeah.
of course. And the bummer thing is I don't know what happened to my texts that go back past November 3rd, because my text, it just ends, or it starts at November 3rd. I'm like, well, I know there was more there. But you know, I mean, it was more like chit chat. I know I sent her a photo of my granddaughter talking about that. That kind of worries me. She's got a picture of my granddaughter. She'll probably do something with that. But
Yeah, she's just, I mean, there's so many people, and there's so many people scared. Like in her, she's, you know, she says it's not, she scares people in her real life. She is just so dirty. And she's just gotten away with this. She gets away with it. She gets away with it. She gets away with this. And it's got to stop. And she's just went bigger and bigger. But it's going to be like I said, there's always this person that thinks they're the smartest criminal. They always take off something more than they can chew. And YouTube is more than she can chew right now.
well, it doesn't disappear. You know, I mean, she might delete it, but somebody's recorded it.
Yeah, Facebook, she can go underground, and a lot of people don't watch Facebook Lives as much as they do YouTube, and they don't follow people over there like they do on YouTube as much. Okay, so she got away with her scams because they thought she went away, but she was just underground in other Facebook groups, and that's not going to happen on YouTube because you can't block somebody out of your channel.
No.
You can't. Even if you have them blocked, they can still view your content. And so, yeah, that's
Amber, did I say anything embarrassing on those chats that she was?
Oh no, not at all. It was basically, I think it was November 2nd that she started on, somewhere around there, and it was just make maybe 3 or 4 texts that she read.
Okay.
It was her trying to show that, you know, she was supporting, or trying to make it seem like she was supporting you.
Yeah, well, yeah, she supported me because she would, you know, that was about the time that I had stepped away, and I didn't think I was going to come back because of health issues. So yeah, you know, she reached out to me about that time, if my recollection is right, because I know the first text message I got from her was November 3rd, and she said, checking on you, chat misses you. And then she says, sorry for late reply. Or I said, sorry for late reply, but she came back and said, by the way, we're done with drama. I got an attorney. And, well, you know, so I'm like, okay, no drama. So I can go back over there and have some fun. So the first night I showed up there was like the first night I was there, and everything was cool. Then the very next day, back to the drama, back to everything the way it was. And
the chat wants to know, Doug, if you gave any money to her fund.
No. I only paid for the $1.99 for membership. I never paid for any of that kind of stuff because you know, I grew up in the 70s when they had all of the TV evangelists that were ripping everybody off and stuff. And so I had seen all that. My parents were really into that kind of stuff back then. And so I kind of seen all of that as a young boy. And so her doing what she was doing just kind of threw up some red flags for me.
Right. Yeah.
I guess. So I didn't want to put money into something like that. And besides, you know, I'm on a fixed income.
Right.
I'm retired, and I'm not a rich person. I mean, you know, I pay my bills, everything's covered, but I'm not rolling in money. I got to save some money back for fishing, or give her funds. Fishing wins every time for me. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Irving said she was just making sure you didn't flip because she did the same to him, like before you left, to keep you on, like, you know, in there anyway.
To flip me for what?
To flip away from her. That's why she was checking on you and stuff and
Oh,
talking to you.
yeah. I'm sure that's what she was. She was trying to keep me there. Yeah. I agree with that. I kind of felt that way when she sent those text messages that she was doing that. And it's funny because then when I had had my heart attack and I was gone obviously since the 7th. I think it was let me see here. It's like the 14th the November 14th. She just said, checking in on you. Well, yeah, because the 13th I was on, it was either your channel or Dorothy's channel, and or might have been Crafton's channel, that it was brought up that I had a heart attack and they were all talking about me. And she's like, oh, so the very next day she checks up on me. Well, that's kind of suspicious.
Right.
That she checked on me that day.
Especially now that she claims that right after you told her you had a heart attack, she was telling her mods that she didn't believe it. I mean, so that's even more suspicious. And she said that herself. So, and something else I wanted to say to you, Doug, is tonight she also claimed, and so did some of her panel, that none of us over here on this side care about you or anything like that. And I just want you to know that that's not true.
I know that's the old rhetoric that she spewed for everybody else. And the thing is she'd always say, when they influenced her, so-and-so, nobody influenced me. I went and sought you guys out. I went to you. I went to Google and found the whole the tax thing. And then I'm kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? So then I started checking you guys out. And I laid back a little bit at first. But then I started, okay. And I reached out to Crafton to do the live. He didn't reach out to me. I reached out to him. Nobody forced me to do anything. I did my stuff on my own free will. So no, nobody over here is making me the person that I'm doing over here. I'm doing this myself.
Yeah.
And I don't have nobody, threatening me. I'm free at last.
Yeah, right.
I'm
free.
Free.
It's freeing. Yeah. No matter what the backlash is, just get it done, because people are going to wake
pulling
up
teeth.
and see
It's
going to
hurt when it happens. You just want to get it over with.
Right. And I mean, she's going to just do horrible things, but it's just, you got to you're pulling that Band-Aid off a little bit at a time, and you're trying to leave, and it's just, we've studied cults, and I mean, this is the exact thing. It's the dilemma they go through. When they start to wake up to it, that they want to get out, they just can't. They have so much collateral on them that they're just like, how the heck am I going to do this?
Yeah, no, that would have been really scary if I was the person that had a past that would cause me to fear leaving. Right. Luckily for me, I'm pretty G-rated. I mean, I did some pretty crazy stuff back in the 70s, but hey, so did everybody else at my age. And hey, I'll talk freely about that because a lot of it's kind of on the funny side. But
my husband too.
But I have lived a boring life since I became a parent. I put away my silly games and I grew up, and
What state are you in?
I'm in Oregon.
Oregon, okay.
They're saying here is we don't suntan here, we rust.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah.
You're there too, Amber?
Yeah, I'm in Portland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm in Southern Oregon on the coast.
Now, Amber, were you in that group?
Yeah. So I started out, I mean, I come from the quote unquote anti-MM people. That's where I come from. Yeah, then that's how I got introduced to Natasha. And I did support her for a while until I started noticing things and until I started seeing her blatantly lie about my friends who I've known for years, who I knew they were lies, so I backed away, and she's talked bad about me, but nothing like too horrible. But I definitely do not support her anymore. It's been a while since I have. So,
Right. So you were able just to break away?
yeah, I have. And I went back in there once when the other Carolyn was being attacked and everything. And I said, that's not right. You don't attack people like that. And that's when she went off on me. But I haven't commented in there since. But, because you can't say it's not okay to do something without being attacked for it. If
No.
they're, attacking someone, you can't stand up for them. So,
No, I found that out the hard way.
It's-
I tried to be very tactful because I remember thinking it all out. I'm going to try to put this in a way where she's not going to get on the defensive, but it unraveled. It spun out on me fast. So
yeah. And I'm not okay with any body shaming, look shaming,
Right.
anything like that people can't control besides their attitude and their actions. I'm
Right.
not okay with that. And I know I never did that in her chat, even when I was there, but I saw it a lot. And even though I recognized it, it still took me way too long to get out of it.
Wow.
Even though I didn't do it, I condoned it by being there. And that's now something I see, but I didn't recognize that then. So
no, and I unfortunately did fall prey to doing some of the body shaming. I didn't do a lot of it, but I did.
Well,
And,
she has like those
and-
yes
and-
people that just keep telling, like they'll, and Robbie does that for her too. He tells her, she's adorable, she's gorgeous inside and out. Case Discussion does it for her. They just keep telling her she's a really good person no matter what she does. They just tell her she's a really great person. You're such a great person. Your heart is so big, and they just lie to her and act like she doesn't do any of the stuff that she does.
Well, you know what's interesting? You know what I kind of found out by watching her, and you tell me if you see the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What she portrays a person to be is actually her portraying herself.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Do you see that?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
miserable. They're so lonely. They're boring. They can't do this. They can't do that. Right. Yeah, she definitely is. She's projecting everything that she fears is wrong with her. Everything she's insecure about, she projects onto someone else.
Yeah.
And, yep.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. I mean, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they do. But like, it just, the way she would lie about me and say the things, and not only her, she would have like her main people go flying back into her chat going, oh my gosh, MRB is saying this, and it's nothing that we're saying. Okay, we're not even talking about it, but that's a tactic she does. And she makes it so bad that the people, like, she counts on like 80% of the people say, oh, I'm never going there. I can't believe it, without even ever seeing it for themselves.
Yeah. And that's, I was guilty of that. I was saying the whole rhetoric that she was spewing about Crafton. I was saying bad stuff about him living in a basement, smoking, chain smoking, and couldn't afford it, didn't have no job, and Kim having to support him and stuff. And then when I went to their channel and I'm listening to him and he's talking, I'm thinking, well, he doesn't seem like a bummy kind of guy. And then when he was talking about the kind of work he does, I'm like, so he has a job. So he's not a bummy guy, doesn't live in the basement. He has a job. And in fact, their channel is put together way better than Natasha's. It's like almost professional like over there. I was thinking, wow, if I wouldn't have said the bad things I did about Crafton, I liked the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was funny. I was like, gosh, I found it. I was like, why?
Right.
I could have fit in with this guy. He's cool.
Right.
Well, and the thing is she was friends with him at one point, and everything that she says about him now, if that was true, then it was true about him then.
Right.
So she can't all of a sudden have a problem with it now and talk bad about him about it. And it's that way with a lot of people, But I gotta hop down. My daughter woke up, and I gotta get back to bed.
Well,
Okay,
Amber,
well,
it
thank
was
you.
nice talking
Thanks
to you,
for
and thank
calling
you
in,
for the
Amber.
kind words.
All right. See you guys later.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Dorothy. Life in the, let's see. Everybody's very supportive in the chat, Jug, saying that,
Well,
We're
I
glad that you
appreciate
woke
it.
up
Thank
and got
you.
out of there and you're free from that. And because I'm telling you, her chat was brutal
Oh,
on you.
I don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I knew it would be. I don't even know. Need to go over there and look. I
No,
knew it was
I
going to
wouldn't,
be.
because
Yeah.
it's just they just echoed whatever, they have to. They have to fall into line.
Oh,
Otherwise,
it's their MO. That's what they survive off. They got to keep what they have.
yeah,
Jim Jones did it. All of those type of people
yep,
do it whenever they feel threatened.
yep.
And I knew that I would be a threat. It would be a threatening thing for me to come out and
Right.
say what I said. I knew it would
Yeah,
be.
and I actually thought what she was doing, and I think what she was trying to do was she got on before Crofton, and I think she was trying to scare you. Like
Oh, really?
don't
Because I
like
didn't. They fell on deaf ears because I wasn't even paying attention to anything she
yeah,
said.
well, like saying like I can't believe he's going to do this. I can't believe after I treated him so good, and I cared about him. I never did a bad thing to him. I can't believe he would go on there. I can't believe he would do this to me. And I think she was
never
totally
did a
doing
bad
that.
thing. She said what she said to me on the 7th and caused me to have a heart attack. Yeah, yeah,
What did she say
yeah.
on the 7th?
Well, I went up on panel and I said, first I professed my faith. I said, I'm a Christian man. I believe in Christ, and that I don't believe that churches, because they were talking about churches and all that, and I was kind of appalled at how they were praying and then come right out and saying what they said. And I just said, churches aren't the way to God. Church won't save anybody. It's your personal relationship with Christ that's going to save you. And then I said, I do not agree with everything that Natasha says. And I also said that I apologized to Crafton for the things that I said. And that was pretty much
Oh, okay.
about as far as I could get before she jumped in and started saying, well, there's something's going on here. You've been talking to people. And the funny thing is, I hadn't talked to anybody at that point. I was coming up with my own decisions, my own thoughts, because I started looking her up on the internet, and that I knew about the tax thing about that time. I knew that there was some shady stuff on her side. And so and then so when I was asked to leave the panel and I was in chat, she just spoke about me like I wasn't even there. And then the chat room, just like blood in the water, they started attacking me. And that was the part that I think that really set me off, because that's the part that hurt, because these were people who I thought were friends. I know there were some that were sticking up for me, and I appreciate them, but there were others that weren't. And and then things started to get fuzzy about that point in time, because things started happening with me. I think I might have made a comment that I was having an issue with breathing or something. I can't remember. And then my son stepped in, and I don't know quite what he said on the panel, or not the panel, but in chat. And then Natasha started calling him out, saying, well, there's something wrong, that a grown man has his grown son speak up for him. And it's like, well, excuse me, my son is like, what the hell's going on? And
I do remember, Doug. Okay, I remember one time before that where you said something like, I think if it continues like this, I may have to take a break.
Yeah. And that was the first time I went. That was when she says, well, this channel isn't for everybody. You can leave this and go to the crime one. And I was like, okay, that's, and I thought that was pretty much, I wasn't going to come back. But, like I said, I had friends there.
Yeah, because I did see that, and I thought to myself, okay, let's see somebody, finally, say this is just too much. And yeah, but then I think you took like a little break, and I thought then you came back.
Yeah, because she stated that the whole on a text message, she stated to me that the drama she was not going to have drama. In fact, this is I'll read you exactly what she said. She said,
Said that before.
she said, well, that's the 7th.
Hey, Doug,
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that I think it's extremely brave and courageous of you to come out and speak, because not everybody has the courage to do this, and it takes a lot of strength. And
Well,
I think you deserve
Thank you, Dorothy.
applause. Honest to God, you do.
You know, and I appreciate what you're doing, and I will be honest. You know, I seem like this mild-mannered kind of guy, which I am most of the time. But when I get on your channel, I I sometimes start to turn into the evil Doug, and
Well, yeah. Well,
I start
that
saying things
might
that
not be the right fit, Doug. I'm a little, vulgar. But you know who I think would be excellent in the community is Two Scooter. She has a really chill, laid back, you can relax and just kick it type of channel.
yeah, I don't think I've been on hers. I know I've seen her on here. Yeah.
Don't you think, Carolyn, that you would do well in there, right?
Yeah, she reads like these old-timey magazines and some,
And she's funny. She has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, she has a good sense of humor, but she reads like this yesteryear. What are they, yesteryear or something?
Well, I'm not that old. Everybody's saying I'm an elderly man. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, she calls everybody elderly. You know, that's the other thing. She is so afraid. I think when you said it's a reflection of what she feels, I think she's very upset with the age she looks. So she calls everybody elderly, old hags, you know, horrible
I was
things
talking
because
about
of how
what
she
Granny
feels about
watches
what she
called
looks
me
like.
Elderly. What Natasha was calling me elderly too?
She's calling everybody elderly. She called me elderly. She called my husband elderly. She calls
you
everybody
know.
elderly. She brings Scooter up to like 75 years old. She just does that all the time. I think it's a definite reflection of how
you know
she feels.
something. I'm proud to be an elderly man because you
Right.
know what? I worked hard to be an elderly man. I put in my time, and you know what? A certain amount of respect comes with that. And if you can't respect an elderly man or an elderly woman, there's something wrong with you. Because where I was raised, you respect your elders. Am I correct?
Right. Yep. Yep.
So,
And she calls me elderly.
Yep.
And I'm only 50.
Old
Carolyn
hags, Dorothy. We're old hags.
older than me, old hag. So when she wants to cry that people aren't respecting body shaming and this and that, you have zero boundaries with me. So why would I have any with you? I would never call somebody who I just met on YouTube any derogatory names. That's just not in my persona. But when somebody keeps attacking my parenting, my age, and calling me names, then all bets are off. So I might not be the right fit, Doug, but I do think that Two Scooters and even Carolyn's chat, this is a very friendly community.
yeah, I enjoyed it in here under my alt. So,
Oh, Bingy's been a down low supporter, Carolyn.
yeah, I had my alter ego going on
Did
there
ya?
for a little while. Yeah, yeah. Because that's how I checked everything out, you know. I couldn't go under there under Doug. I would have, you know, they'd be like, hey, what's going on here? But,
Oh my God. You know, and we've said that you know how many people are in her channel that do have alts so that they can be in these other channels, and it shouldn't have to be that way, Doug.
it's sad, isn't it?
It is very sad. We all are free human beings, and we should be able to have the freedom.
This is
to
the
know what
United
we
States of America. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a competition. And even like what Dally Ann has done, she's copycatted Carolyn's channel verbatim to the T. Experienced something very similar recently to the T, right down to words in my channel name. How is that original? You look thirsty, Sally Ann.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and usually they're not successful because you can't just say, okay, that person has a great channel, they do that. You have to do what you love and what you're natural at and what your abilities are at, because you just can't, you know, that's what I told, I've started as a blogger, And people would say to me, I literally would come up, they go, how can I blog and get sponsorships? And like all they had their mind on was like sponsorships. When I started blogging, I wasn't even thinking about that, okay? And I said, first thing I asked them, do you like to write? And you know what they say? No, I hate writing.
Well,
I
that's a
said,
problem.
you're never going to be happy being a blogger because you have to write. And then I say, and you don't want to just look at, oh, well, that's a successful blog, because you could look at one in food service that's successful. But if you don't like to write about that, you're not going to keep up with your blog. It's going to be like torture. So you have to blog about what you like, what you love. You write about what you know, what you like, you love. And you come on and you do a YouTube channel. And you better be comfortable with what you're doing and like what you're doing, because if you just go into true crime because it's a good genre and you don't like true crime, you're going to suck at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's only one original. Anything after that is a knockoff brand.
Right.
It is. I mean, Carolyn's built for true crime and crafting. I mean, and her cooking. It comes
We're
natural.
full lifestyle. We do anything here. You know, you never know what you're going to get over here. It's like a box of
That's
chocolates.
true.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I love your accent. It just cracks
thank
me
you,
up.
God. Thank you.
Well, both of you. I was talking about both of you.
Oh, well, yeah, she's New York. I'm Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to tell her, because I had a stalker, Doug, left me terrible death threats and had a Boston accent. So when Dorothy came up the first time, I had to keep making announcements every 2 minutes that is not BBT on the panel. That is not BBT on the panel.
Over a year ago, this was, and Carolyn had to announce, everybody stay calm. This is not.
Yes, because they were so enraged at these death threats, and Dorothy didn't have her name like that. It wasn't like that. So you could just hear the Boston accent, and I had to keep announcing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was afraid her chat was going to eat me.
I thought they were going to go nuts with her. Yeah, and say, oh my gosh, why is she on the panel? She made death threats. She should be in prison, you know.
No,
And, you know, recently, Doug, that BBT person went, where do you think? To Natasha. And that's the thing. She says, like, she wants people from that I went after people from her past. So what happened was another creator that attacked me, and see, Natasha doesn't do her homework, and that's a problem. She just got with BBT and thought BBT was very credible. So she had BBT on there, and she thought she was, like, bringing all this stuff out about me. And I blew her out of the water because she didn't know what she was talking about. She doesn't even know about the death threats. And I gave her the link to the video. I'm like, go listen to them. And everybody that knows BBT knows BBT. So if you're going to align yourself with that, you've lost a lot of credibility. Today, she picked another one out that went after me, okay? One that went after subs that put their names in the title, calling them biatches and everything. And she goes, oh, yes, that's another channel that Carolyn attacked, a bigger channel. That channel doesn't even have 10,000 subscribers, okay? She went after me to get subscribers, and she was put in her place, and she's grown. I think this was 2 years ago, and I think she's grown 2,000 subscribers in those 2 years.
An unlikable personality.
But she's saying that it was a bigger channel, and you know, this is a great person, and she's going to align herself with this person, and she doesn't even know. She doesn't even research herself.
Yeah.
And Carolyn, you know more than anybody that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're a little low, Dorothy, but yeah.
Well, it's because I'm in West Virginia. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But
Somebody was saying you get your internet from your neighbor's house.
yeah, no, it's not true. But I might have better luck. Who knows? He might have satellite service. I don't know.
So I forget who said that. Somebody said that today.
It's a good joke. But you have to admit, Carolyn, if you are not an authentic, honest person, you'll get caught quick on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. They'll find you. They'll get the old videos because the internet's forever. So if you lie, you're going to be found out.
Yeah.
And especially if you're like Carolyn, who's live streaming, she's talking a lot. That's what I do. I would get tripped up constantly. Carolyn would have been caught lying repeatedly, and she just doesn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's not.
No. Well, she's stating facts.
Well,
Right.
see, that's where Natasha, now that Natasha feels trapped and she lies all the time, she's going to see, the worst thing you can do if you're a liar is go live.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, and especially
And the
like
more
her,
lies
she gets
you spread.
triggered in the chat because you're not thinking, you can't edit, right? So if if
No.
you get something out there, you're going to get tripped up. They're going to trip you up, and they're going to send people in the chat to trip you up. And so if you're a liar, you better get off live.
Yeah.
And that's why Natasha gets caught time and time and time again. And people, see it, but she keeps lying to people, and she'll lie, that she didn't say something in the beginning. She lied today. I put up that she said that my the whole thing about my son was staged, that it was all staged. I put it up in a community post. I had my husband. I took down a transcript. That's what I did. And she goes, "I didn't say that. I have the clip. I took the transcript." She still says, "I didn't say that."
Well, of course. Yeah.
It's just, it's incredible how they lie.
Yeah.
They just
You
lie.
cannot be a liar on YouTube if you're a live streamer because you're constantly talking.
Well, you do have to give her credit. She's good at faking.
Yeah.
I don't
fooling
think
those
she's good. I
people.
don't think she's good. I think I can tell she's so fake and so phony. That's why she shuts the camera off anytime she cries. And today,
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Only time I seen her cry was just here recently.
About money.
Oh, I thought it was the Jax thing.
Oh,
She was in the morning and she was crying. And that was the first time I actually, and they're saying, "Oh, let it out. See, they said you couldn't cry." And I'm like, yeah, okay, once out of how many times?
But it's all about
I've seen
money.
her
It's all
fake
about
cry-
that
oh.
the money was coming to an end. She was crying for herself because she brought that whole Jax thing. She
Yeah.
started that whole thing to deflect from us closing in on her fraud.
Yeah.
So she was actually crying. It wasn't for Jax.
Yeah,
She
but-
was crying that, oh my
Carolyn.
gosh, I cannot lose this money.
Carolyn, I think Doug missed the night of when you sent the link. I think the last thing he saw was Natasha saying, "You guys are wrong. Jax, tell them." Doug, that it was ultimately discovered. He was arrested and charged with 3 separate sex offenses. And the information has been found.
Right.
So what was?
So it was, they
What
sent a
your
different,
text
they
message
sent a
are that-
different record, okay?
Okay.
But they sent, the person that sent it to me was a person they sent in here in July that they had disguised as a Rambler. And that was the whole thing that really, really hurt, because they sent that to me. And then when I went to respond to them, their email was gone. It said that account didn't exist. And then Nana Patty said they unfriended her on Facebook. And suddenly they were out of everything. And I'm just like, I cannot believe this, that they came from over there and this is what it is. And then 2 of her mods, My Beautiful Mess, and one that sent an email as Rita, she came in there and did that
Wow.
too. Yeah.
To set you up, Carolyn.
Set me
It
up.
was a
They said
setup.
that was all. They needed a deflection from, we were really closing in, and she couldn't take the heat, so she had to get something else out there. And valuable lesson. Yeah, I will never, trust anyone. I don't care if they've been a Rambler with, it's just, you don't believe somebody plays that dirty, that they would put somebody in your midst for,
Right.
4 months or whatever to do this. Like, you can't even believe people like that exist, and it's a hard way of thinking, but yeah.
It's unfandable.
Yep.
I don't think that way. I would have got suckered into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad because, like, I just can't. That's what I'm saying. She's not a Christian. You couldn't tell me she's Christian, but you can't tell me she's God-fearing. I don't care even if she's not Christian, whatever. You couldn't tell me that, because you can't do things like this to people and put your head down at night and sleep.
No. In
And like
fact,
today, she was saying, "Oh, you people are all going to hell. You're going to burn in hell. I'm going to heaven." And they're like, yeah, lady, I know now 100% you don't believe in any God, because you wouldn't say that.
no, because according to the Christian faith,
Right.
we're not to judge. Only
Right.
God can do that. And the reason why we're not supposed to judge is that we don't know a person's heart. There will be people that made it to heaven that will smell of smoke. They will have been that close and that nasty, vile looking that you would thought you know, maybe they had long hair and tattoos and lived a biker life or whatever, something where you that totally goes against what the mainstream Christianity thing is. And you think, oh, well, that person's never going to make it. But yet you're going to have pastors that led big churches or even small ones that never make it because they didn't believe.
Oh, right. Like the ones that get up there and they do a whole sermon on like homosexuality and how wrong it is, and then they're caught in a car with a male sex worker.
Yeah. You
Right.
know,
Right? It's crazy.
you know, anytime man gets involved, imperfections show up. And
Yep.
the thing that I was always taught in Sunday school and in Bible studies and my readings of the Bible, that you know, you can discern a person, you can spot them whether they're Christian by the fruits they bear.
Right.
And Natasha does not bear fruit.
Right. And you know, Doug, in your defense, I want to say that I always looked at you and just said, Doug actually believes Natasha's a good person. He's not sitting up there because Doug is thinking he's involved in something bad. Doug believes Natasha is a really good person. She has him fooled.
She did at first, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I started seeing it, the hook that kept me there were the people that were my friends.
Right, because you're going to
I didn't want to lose them, you know.
That's
And
the
so I
level.
tolerated her.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
the level of it, Doug. Because
Yeah.
now you may become aware of the creator being an issue, but what do you do about all the people you care in the channel? Because you know,
but isn't that how cults work? Is they use the people
Yeah.
around you to
You're
hook
going
you
to be
like
shunned.
that?
Yeah, you're going to be shunned.
Yeah.
If you leave, you'll be
Yeah.
shunned. You know,
That's what the Church of Scientology does.
yeah.
Exactly.
We have some of the biggest Christians around here thumping their Bibles who are homophobic and racist. Make that make sense.
Right, and Scientology, you have to give them huge sums of money.
Constantly. And if you don't, you get called in and you have to go
Right,
through
and
their
you're
whole
punished and you're berated
Yeah.
and you're humiliated and yes.
yeah.
You have to hold
And
on.
and it kind of resembles some of the things that Natasha. I wouldn't be surprised that she read L. Ron Hubbard's book or something at some
I
time.
think she definitely is
You know?
studying like you know, she probably she has a love of money. Money is her god. She will cry like that when I will see genuine crying from her when she is getting money. And that's sad that she is crying, like, because if that's really just for the children, she made a couple of mistakes. Like I said, she said, let me see how much money we're making. You wouldn't say that about a fundraiser because you're not making money in a fundraiser. You're raising
Right.
funds for something else. You should not be profiting in a fundraiser. You wouldn't say, let's see how much money we're
Right.
making. Okay, just her language. But she gets like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she's like she's crying and she's genuinely crying over money, over the love of money. And it's not because of these kids, because it's not because of the kids. It's because of the money, because she is not, like my husband said, she is not doing anything without benefiting. And she may think in her mind, she justifies it that, okay, I helped X number of kids. It doesn't matter that I took $5,000 of that, okay? Because that's gonna cancel out my bad, and it doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah.
And the transparency, there is none.
And you think that if she was under the microscope, right? If she's under the microscope for the $20,000, you think that she would even set this one up to be legit, right? That it would have all went through Amazon, that she would have done a totally legit one. But she can't because she loves money that much.
Well, Carolyn, why did the money ever have to go through?
It
her
didn't.
hands?
There was no reason. No reason. And someone from the drama community called her out tonight because they do this and they're scammers themselves, but they called her out because
Oh God! Don't say it's so.
oh,
Not
you got called up on there too.
Oh no!
Yep.
That's hitting the low.
That's
down.
hitting the low. That she said there's no reason for money to be in any PayPal account, and everybody
Nope.
knows that.
There's a PayPal fee. That's
Right.
less money going to the
Yep.
children.
Yeah. So how many children could that have gone to, that $200 or whatever they took out, right? That could have been one more family, right?
Yeah.
So why did it have to go through PayPal? She can't explain it. Brooke could not explain it last night, Dorothy. And what she was trying to say was that money is only for surplus buying. That's not going towards any of the
I kept trying to
family.
say no, Brooke. Put the kids already matched up aside. We have the 5 to 7,000 going.
She couldn't explain it, and it was ridiculous.
And she cried, which always makes me weak, and I felt so bad.
Is that Kelly's Brooke?
I don't know.
I
but
think it
it'll-
is. I'm fairly certain that's Kelly's Brooke.
No.
Yes, I'm fairly certain. I think she's the one that's filling her head about Jewels of Thought, because she used to be a mod at Jewels of Thought. And yes, I'm 100% certain, because somebody said she has a 10-year-old daughter, and that Brooke had a 10-year-old daughter.
Why do you have to play with my brain?
Well, hey, ladies, I'm starting to fade here,
Oh,
and
okay, all right. Thanks
I'm
for
starting
coming up,
not
Doug.
feeling good. It's
Okay.
kind of been a stressful day
Yeah,
for me,
take
but
it easy.
yeah.
Take it easy. Take whatever you have to take, and
yeah, I got to eat and take my
Yeah.
my medication. That's the
Yeah.
one thing, man. Since this, I'm like taking I think 11 different
yeah, take them.
medications.
Take them.
Yeah.
Relax. You'll probably get a new lease on life, a healthier lifestyle, and
Oh yeah,
Hey, it couldn't hurt to take a couple of weeks off YouTube, Doug.
yeah. I
especially
think
after
I'm just gonna.
especially after this, like, you know what I mean, because that she's gonna go.
I'm
Yeah, that's a good point.
right in the bullseye. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's stressful, right? It is stressful, and
It is. I was I said on Kim and Crafton, I said I was taking my Lamaze breathing that I learned
Yeah.
back when my first wife was going through, we went through the birthing class. I was like doing that breathing thing because I was nervous going
it's not
on.
Kelly's book.
I had never, I'd been on the panel how many times in Natasha's thing, but it was the first time that I was going to be the one being interviewed, and all eyes were looking on me other than, Kim and Crafton. And it was nervous, and knowing that the repercussions that were going to happen, and that's scary, I mean,
Yeah, you got.
how can you not be scared about it? I mean, but
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll support you. I know you got Kim and Crafton, and they're supporting you in this community, and really, it's just it's very hard, and if you don't have the support, it's brutal. Yeah.
well, I thank you all.
Thank you, Doug.
I thank everybody on your
Dorothy,
chat. I tried to leave some messages, but I was on an hour delay. Even though I paid for membership, it still was making me wait an hour. So everybody was saying hello to me, and I couldn't reply
yeah, because I
back.
had to
So
put it on an hour because they were sending in trolls like crazy.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I
No,
had to put it on an
I
hour.
understood why. I was just I can't. I hope they don't think I'm rude because I can't answer back. And when I was on Kim and Crafton's, I was looking at the text or the chats on the side, but I was so focused on what I had to say and
Good
everything.
night,
I
Seth
just
Sparks.
I knew if I didn't want to get distracted, and I was nervous. And November 7th was the last time I'd been on a panel, so
Oh, okay.
I was feeling kind of weird. It was
Yeah, definitely.
but I thank you guys. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. All right,
Keep
thank
up
you.
keep up the good work,
All right,
and
stay healthy.
and keep fighting the battle, because you are making a difference, and you're backing her in the corner, and something, she's gonna break. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It may take a little longer, but I think it's gonna happen.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you,
I think we're going to get some eyes on it, and in one way or another, my husband would always say, one way or the other, let's hope it's not the other, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm with your husband.
Yeah.
So.
But
Yeah.
you got to
So-
fight the good
He's
fight.
the wise one in the marriage. Just saying, Jimmy is the wise one.
Well, he was the comforting one during that whole my files are missing stuff.
Yeah, because
so.
his whole thing is always like, it's going to be all right. It'll pass. It'll be all right. Everything will be all right. We'll get
Yeah.
through it. Yeah. So,
All right. Well,
all right.
I love you guys,
Uh,
and
Love you.
I
Take care.
I will see you around, and
All right.
great job.
All right. Good
All right.
job,
Thank
Doug.
you. Bye bye.
Dorothy Scooter says that's not Kelly's Brook. I don't know how she knows, but
Well,
she's.
I have something to tell you too. Scooter told me in the chat that it's not the same Brooke.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I don't know why I think it is, because she said she has a 10-year-old daughter, and so did Brooke, didn't she?
I don't know her children's situation. I never.
I'm wondering why Scooter knows.
Well, I did put up a community post, and I know a lot of people had felt moved by her because I thought she had a lot of courage. I respect her.
Yeah. We said if she needs help, we'll help her. We also said I wanted to find out the other family that she told no Christmas for you because you were in the wrong channel. We want to help them too.
Well, Mama Knows Best needed a little help. The only thing I need to make known to everybody is the children have to be 18 or younger. No adult children. We're talking about children's Christmases. So I want everybody to make sure they know that it's for the younger children. Older kids realize Santa isn't a thing. It's the younger kids that can't wake up that morning, run into the living room, and not have anything under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make that known because I get a couple of other requests, and as they're coming into my email, I'm just going to put the links up on my community post. Carolyn, if you see them there and you want to help promote them, you can go ahead and take them, copy, paste them,
okay.
make them on that channel, and people can buy one or all the gifts or none of the gifts. That's the beauty of it. Everything is done directly through Amazon. No money goes through my fingers or Carolyn's. And that's how easy her fundraiser could have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one right there. Yeah. Somebody just showed me something. Yeah, I've seen that, Elizabeth, but I had to say something about, I know what I want to do. I had to, so what did, you had your live today. I saw that, and then this, and then she goes live, like, I don't even know how she doesn't really do anything else because she's live almost the entire day.
Right.
You know, I don't think, I know, I mean, it's no secret she takes Adderall. She said it 100 times.
But okay. All right.
So, you know what? Somebody that can just like stay up, just like literally she goes live how many hours and then says, I'll be back again like in another hour.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving, wasn't it like 3 separate times?
Yeah, and they said, and somebody from her place said, wasn't Carolyn? No, Carolyn wasn't on Thanksgiving. Carolyn didn't come on until way after Thanksgiving was over. I spent Thanksgiving with my family, unplugged. You know, this is like, it's so crazy that she...
Well, who did come on? Because I didn't come on Thanksgiving.
I came on like, maybe it was like early the next morning, like Friday morning. Like the whole day of Thanksgiving, I was not here. I think I came on at like at 2 a.m.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That would be Friday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte was, I do the same thing. Scarlett, not
Yeah,
Charlotte.
I know.
I can't help it. Was scolding somebody for being live on Thanksgiving, and then
Yeah, that's what I mean, and it wasn't me, and I saw that, but see, that's more of their lies.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it could have been somebody. I just don't remember.
It was her. She was supposedly having such a great time with her family, yet all she was doing is writing community posts, watching people, and then, doing how many lives? Yeah.
Right, but Carolyn, that's the ignorance of it too, because not everybody on this planet is American and celebrates Thanksgiving.
Right.
Even for Christmas, not everybody.
Sure, but they're the last people that should be talking about how much someone is online.
Right.
I don't sit there and to do this, except that she calls people out on this all the freaking time, and I want to say, look, you call people out on being online all the time. You're online all day.
Right.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Well, no, she's not kidding you, actually. But unlike, this Doug's a good example. He just didn't know the other side of it until somebody goes and looks. They are totally immersed in only what she's telling them, and they've taken on as fact, as truth.
Yeah.
So it is very much like your thumbnail said, very reminiscent of a cult. The whole thing falls in line with a cult.
Yeah, absolutely. I really do believe it. And Texas Warrior said she yelled at her family to shut up while she was going on a rant on Thanksgiving.
While she's sitting in the middle of her house, which is the living room with those spinning crosses that are about to...
Yeah, and she never never goes, I mean, in the car, yes, okay. but never from a different perspective. Never like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Only about online. Never talks about it like, oh, I like to cook this, or I did this in the garden, or I'm planting. Like, there's never. Did you notice there's no other hobbies, no other interests except the casino?
No, it's just a casino.
It's just the
That's it.
casino.
That's it. It's all it's about.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So were you going to go over any more of the fundraiser, or what
Well,
else?
yeah, here's about the fundraiser, okay? It's just like, I don't understand how people can't see this. There was no reason, okay? This is what, even as much as Brooke says, that what if all the families didn't get adopted? Okay, here's the couple of questions you've got to ask yourself. If you've got $10,000 and you've got 159 children, right? They're not even touching, I don't know if everybody understands this. That money is not going towards that. So you're going to say, let's say Kevin Leonard says, hey, I want to adopt a family. They're going to give you a link, Kevin. You're going to go in there and either buy everybody in that family something, or if you could only buy 3 things, you're going to tell them, okay, I went in there, I bought 3 things for these people.
Right.
Then they know that there's 2 left on there, okay? So they're going to keep doing that. People are going to come, I want to adopt a family. Maybe I can only buy 1 thing. Okay, go in here and buy 1 thing. But what they're saying is that they need that $10,000 because what if they have families left over that nobody went in to shop for?
But
So
what
then,
if they don't?
Right. Then her and her mods are going to use that money. And then someone said,
Right.
very, very important, they said, how are you going to pay? Because Amazon doesn't accept PayPal. So that money's got to transfer somewhere. So then she said, oh, very easy. I'm just going to transfer it to a card. You can get a card from PayPal with a PIN.
Her PayPal card is a MasterCard.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have to take it off the PayPal card?
Right. So it's just all lies. She's got everything
Right.
commingled. Okay. And that's the problem. And then she says, they say, but nobody asked, what if all of the families are adopted and you have a surplus of $8,000? What are you doing with that money?
Brooke said it. She slipped and said, now, if there's some money left over when this is all over, then, and that's when I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I just couldn't anymore. I had lost all remaining brain cells that were functioning, and I just couldn't anymore.
Right.
What? You're actually considering having money left over during a Christmas drive, but you're limiting some children to only $50?
But also they're not, she never explained why Bieber was shopping at the Dollar Tree.
Well, I kept trying to ask that.
She won't
said
answer
it
that. She says that never happened, doesn't know where you got that idea. Okay. And but then she said, you know, if kids don't have any kind of Christmas, a Dollar Tree toy is nice. Now, does she mean that instead of, like, if there's, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Oh gosh, if this is right, this is crazy. That they're going to let those lists go. And then if there's people with those lists, they're going to say, I'm sorry, your family didn't get adopted, but don't you worry.
Right.
We're going to shop for you and we're going to send this out to you. And they're going to get them Dollar Tree items
Right.
and send it out to them.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen, Carolyn,
Because
unfortunately.
why would she say, well, if you're not getting anything, a Dollar Tree item is good?
The fact that the money went through Natasha's hands is a huge problem. It never should have happened.
Nope. And she will not provide. If she was up on the up and up, give an accounting for this.
Well,
Why
and
can't she
then
give an
Brooke-
accounting for it?
Well,
She
there
says-
should be checks and balances. In other words, 2 or 3 sets of eyes on this at all times.
Right. And if she was any time a legit fundraiser, she has to have an accounting.
You have to by law.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what about when she tried to make the justification of, well, by Natasha having the money, she gets to avoid high cost shipping fees. But how do you know that? How do you know the children that she doesn't have to end up shopping for aren't in Canada or Ireland or in Japan?
Oh, she said there's a family now in France. We need more money. And then, but bingo, you know, Yep.
So that really didn't save anything because Natasha still has to use a credit card from Florida, USA. There's taxes and delivery fees, no
Yep.
matter where it comes from.
Yep. And she lies and says that they didn't have to give their address. Wasn't that one of the required fields on the
It
form?
was. But then she said the next day Natasha changed her mind. But I'm sure people rushed to the application process. And how is Natasha picking the families? Because we know she's incapable of being unbiased.
Yeah. And what about that family? She said, "You're not. No kid. No gifts for you. Your
Right.
parents. Your parents screwed it up for you. They went in a chat that I don't approve of."
Right. I don't get it. I don't understand. But she had the gall to tell me there might be money left over at the end of this, and that should not be happening, especially when you're limiting child purchases to $50
$159,
per
Deb.
child. It has to be more. There has to be maybe 20 children picked, and you're going to supply an amazing holiday for those kids. And the other people need to use Do It for Talk or other community-based programs.
It's terrible. I don't know.
Some trinket for a bunch of kids. That's not supplying a Christmas. And at the end of the day, Natasha gets to walk away with thousands of dollars unaccounted for.
And she'll probably get all those families adopted and then see like, oh gosh, we have $10,000. So, oh my gosh, okay, well, and they'll be like, oh, Natasha, just take it and use it for something.
Okay, girl, you keep that
You keep
money.
it. You go give it to the orphanages and stuff over there. You can find, right? Oh yeah. You know, all that. Where's the holiday food she bought for people?
That never went out.
She
obviously.
said she
Where's
bought
the
it, but she
karaoke
never showed
money
anything. No.
Where's the karaoke money they raised to go
Where's
towards
the trophy she promised?
Oh,
Did people get the iridescent nightgowns they won?
no, well, she still owes people autographed mugshots. Listen, if there were 50 kids and she only collected 5,000 cash, guys, that's $100 per kid. Now you have to minus the PayPal fees, the shipping fees, the applicable taxes. So you're literally, even at this level of only 50 kids, supplying maybe a $60 to $70 Christmas for 50 kids. They're talking about over 100 and something kids. This is impossible.
159, yeah, that's what they said.
She is not Toys for Tots. She doesn't have it organized in a way to handle hundreds of children, first of all. That's why you have to rein it in at some point and sponsor.
Yeah, I wonder, let me ask Scooter something. Scooter, how many families did they adopt in the drama community when they did this? Do you know the number of families they adopted? Because I don't think they did that many.
And then what did they use as a method to get the gifts out, Carolyn? And how did the money
They
get
did it
to
right
the
through Amazon.
There you go. That's how it should be done.
Yep. That's how it should be done. Of course, she got fees taken out of like $200 at least. That could have gone to another family.
Right.
But she just wants that money. She got that money. If these people don't understand it now, I mean, I don't know how many times you got to spell it out for them.
Yeah.
And
Like,
who said she wanted to move? Did you hear it? Somebody said that she said she had to
did.
move.
I'm not sure who said it though. But
I don't know.
From what I understand, not that I'm down it, because I live in a single wide mobile home. It's like a newer prefab house. It's actually quite pretty.
Uh-huh.
And it's very reasonably priced for me and my children so we can live and not have to worry about going homeless.
Right.
But she is in a double wide of what I have. So I don't know if she owns the land it's sitting on, because that's always different from the building when you're talking about prefab houses like this, which are considered mobile homes. So why would she move out of that?
Okay, so Kevin says 30 or 40 families this year are adopted by this drama community. You thought last year was about 30 families. So how many families? Because she only says how many children. She doesn't say how many families.
Right. I have no idea. They don't know themselves. The deadline's the 31st. And that was concerning, Carolyn, because they didn't even have their final numbers yet.
I don't know. It's so crazy.
Christmas is coming fast. And like I said, I ordered my son's Christmas stuff. There's still items I haven't gotten yet. You have to start ordering now through Amazon to get things for sure before Christmas Eve.
Oh, Deb on the Move says she's supposedly buying a house.
Oh, isn't that interesting? So she would need this big influx of
She
cash.
rents? Oh, Deb on the Move says she rents right now.
Oh, she does.
That's
See, I
what she
only
says.
know
I don't
that.
know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but Deb on the Move says she knows. I don't know. So she's renting, really? Okay. And so she's going to buy a house. Is she going to stay in the same area because they love her so much there? Or is she looking
Well,
for a new area to scam?
When I asked her, like,
She might be. Dorothy, wait. She might be buying a new house. She might be moving into the big house.
well, she should be very careful because there's state taxes, there's all kinds of taxes, and the government don't play. When they want their tax money, they'll put a lien on your property. So if she thinks this is a steady flow of income, her livelihood, not on YouTube, not
Nope.
today, Natasha.
Well, she knows she's not getting that income because she knows her channel tanked. You know, that true crime income that she got there is gone. Forget it. You
Yeah.
can enjoy it for that month or two. It's done. Done deal.
Well, that's what happens, in my opinion, allegedly, when somebody has an impulse control issue, an addiction. Hers, in my opinion, allegedly is casinos.
Yep.
No amount of money is ever going to be enough. She'll
Right.
always find a way to burn right through it.
She probably thought that amount of money was going to keep coming in because she didn't
yeah.
realize she got it from streaming the news and not
Right.
from her accolades or her personality or her anything. So
And-
yeah, now she's making
Carolyn.
zilch on there.
You've been in the true crime community. These cases don't come along every.
No, they
even-
don't. No, they don't. No, the blockbuster ones. No, they don't.
That was a cash cow. A lot of views.
You've got to remain consistent. You've got to think all the time
Yeah.
about different content. You've got to, there's
Yeah.
different things. But yeah, she just what
Sometimes.
she got there from streaming the news is like
Once in a lifetime. Well,
Yes.
once in every 5 years. I don't want to say lifetime.
yeah.
but
Most
it's only
people,
been one thing.
a lot of the big time creators that were here didn't get it. Something just stuck on the algorithm. She was streaming the news. She was doing things unethical, and so. That's it. That's it. You think that's going to happen every month? I mean, was she that stupid?
Well,
Did she think it was going to
Let's be
happen
honest,
every
people
month?
were looking for updates on the Gabby situation, and she was the only unethical one willing to put out clickbait and false headlines. And to unknowing subscribers, it looks like fresh content, original content, and it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Nope. It was just news. It was WFLA. She put a thumbnail on there, right? WFLA. It was ridiculous. Yeah. What Carolyn O'Carolyn. So that is why she looked so ticked off when she said you lived on a lake house. Yeah, probably.
Well, she's worked hard. Carolyn and her husband have worked hard. Carolyn hasn't always been a YouTuber.
Right. We've worked hard. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this is what I say, Carolyn, about these different types of creators. We have the ones that only worry about instant gratification, like her and the other detective from England or UK, that they worry about what money they can get today instead of the longevity and growing of their channel and a future. They worry
Yeah.
about today, what can I get right now? Not realizing there's only so many subscribers in this chunk of channels. It's not really all that big.
Oh yeah, she's got this new thing. Listen to this one. I just was sent a screenshot.
Oh, go ahead.
She said, listen to this one. She said that I asked somebody to make a porno of me and Scooter.
Oh shit!
This
No,
is how
today-
sick. This is how sick they are, Dorothy. When they said all this stuff about the assaults they wanted to happen and stuff with the strap on, they're mentioning Scooter, myself, Jimmy, and now they're sick enough to say that I asked somebody to create a porno with me and Scooter. How sick is that? It's just
Well,
bizarre.
first of all, you and Scooter live far apart, so that's going to take some real creative editing. And second of all, Carolyn's married and Scooter's married.
You know what they're running with? I think it was Lindsay. I asked from the DeLorean because she was making
Yeah.
those, hello, is it me you're
I
looking
like
for?
those. Yeah,
And I
that's
said,
good.
oh gosh, I wish you would do one of those for me and Scooter. Not the porno, not porno stuff. That's what they're doing. I wanted a hello video.
Right,
Like everybody was making those, right?
right.
But now they're jumping that I meant that. I meant a hello video.
Well, let's be honest, Carolyn. From the beginning of your friendship with Two Scooter, people have tried every tactic to try and tear it up. Whether it be, hey, Two Scooter, Carolyn did this, or Carolyn, Two Scooter did this, or did you know this about that? And just seeing, and your friendship has standed the test of time.
Right. And
Yeah.
we've met in person too. She brought me a flying squirrel.
Well, I know all about the
I
flying
know.
squirrel. I honest to God, guys.
I can't believe. I can't believe that, Dorothy. But yeah.
No, the part that pissed me off the most that Carolyn and Two Scooter was being completely sarcastic.
Yeah, she was. And somebody still believed, somebody said something else the other day and they believed it because they go, Carolyn got all upset at a Cracker Barrel because they didn't know who she was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Scooter is kidding about that crap.
And Two Scooter said that Carolyn was up at the hotel lobby saying, I'm a famous YouTuber.
Yeah, I know.
But it was all a joke.
It was. But see, anybody that knows Scooter knows it's a joke. But yeah, I guess some people don't have it. Oh, either, like, I don't know. They don't know she's joking. Like there's another thing that we're joking about totally. Oh, the Brian Enton thing. He was on Twitter, so we would listen to him on Twitter, and I would just he would take so many pauses, and we would wait. So while we would wait, I go, what else is there, Brian? Is there anything else? And then he would say, and they go, look at her, she's demented. She thinks she's really talking to him. And I'm like, well, you stop it. Everybody knows. And it wasn't anything disrespectful. It wasn't anything but killing time between his silences. And
because it's very long silences.
yeah, and it was just, it was just so we're not sitting there like jerks. So they made such a deal about it. But I told Brian Enton, I said, Brian Enton, I'm covering this case on YouTube, and I have to tell you, I really love your reporting. You're out there. You're a great guy. I said I want to tell that I listened to your reports on my YouTube channel, and when you're taking those silences, I talk to you as if we're really talking. I said,
right.
Check it out one time. They think they go like this. Ooh, somebody better tell Brian Enton. He's going to get all mad. And I'm like, go ahead. I've already talked to him and already told him about it. So go ahead.
I don't know who Brian is.
It's so crazy.
I have no idea who Brian is. Who is he?
He's a reporter on Twitter that was wonderful in the Gabby Petito case.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to touch on. Oh, this unbelievable, you wouldn't believe this lie she said. I can't even believe this.
What?
She said, okay, that she gives facts and she has never, ever said anything about, Gabby Petito, she said, that she's only, said that what's going on. She's never, ever said anything detrimental. She never used clickbait. She never done anything. And it's always been respectful to Gabby. It's always been about Gabby. Yeah, really? The time you got on there, nanny boo-boo, and you were gloating about 10,000 subscribers and it being the best day ever on the day they found her body. Right. And you couldn't stop gloating. You forgot that, Natasha? Did you? Remember she did this? Told ya.
Really irking her too.
I hope you're watching. Nanny boo boo. I hope you're watching. She forgot that.
What she didn't count on was that her numbers would drop.
I know. You know what? Even somebody that is a very good creator wouldn't take that for granted and act the way she did. Right? But the fact that you know what she thought, Dorothy? She thought this case was going to go on forever. She thought they were going to find him. It was going to be the trial. Even if there was a trial, she doesn't even cover enough true crime that you see, like with the Gannon Stout case. Yes, that's a big case, but there's all this dead time where nothing happens. Right. She kept thinking this was going to be like, she was like, as if she was a reporter. She kept going, we're going to be right on this. I can't go anywhere. There might be breaking news at any minute. She got her head so freaking full of herself, right?
She did.
Yeah. And she thought this was going to go on forever. So
Right.
once she felt like she got like that, she thought it was never going to end. She didn't think he was going to be found dead. She didn't think it was going to come to a screeching halt. She didn't think they weren't going to be, streaming news forever. And she quickly saw, uh-oh. And then, she wanted to get off that nanny nanny boo boo because she saw, no, told ya, you didn't tell us anything. Okay? Yeah, that was crazy.
Even when that came to an end, or if they caught Brian, she would have to be prepared to fill up some gaps of time. You can't just sit on that number of subscribers and not entertain them. And that's why she's bleeding subscribers.
Right. Yeah, she's bleeding. And you know what else she said? She had someone come up. My husband said it was staged. Someone named Laura went up on stage and said, on the panel, and said, Natasha, I want to ask you I'm very open-minded. I'm going to ask you some questions. I think they're going to make people feel a lot better. But of course, she didn't ask her the hard questions, right? She just said, how come you didn't do it the Amazon way? Just how come? And someone said, well, because it's her channel and she didn't feel like doing it. And then she said, once it's time to start buying, do you know how many children that PayPal money, and you know how many that will buy for? And she said, and how will you buy it? And that's when she said, well, with PayPal, you can create a PIN to use a credit card online for the purchases, and we'll buy gifts with that. And she said, what? And I put, what about the receipts? What about the money left over? But she never asked her about that. And then she said, plans will list, could you list of people who could not afford to buy stuff? But she didn't ask any of the court. She said, why won't you ask? She tells people to come up and ask questions, but when they do, she makes fun of them and she gets them off the panel.
Well,
Okay.
Did you see the community post where somebody wrote, thank you, Natasha, for buying this and that?
Oh,
for
yes.
our-"
Somebody just,
Like,
somebody.
that's a plant. That's
Yep.
not real.
Yep.
The lists haven't even been concluded yet.
Right.
So
right.
you jumped the gun on that too, Natasha, by planting your little thankful messages, because based off your own moderator, aka Brooke, aka we don't know her real name, it's not finalized yet.
Yep. And then she had someone called in called Staying Classy, who gave her a testimonial telling her, this is so sickening for people to be doing this for you. And, everybody's wanting to say that you only created a truce for the holidays, but that's only because you knew they were going to start again. So you just wanted to end for the holidays, right? Oh, yes. Come on. And then she ripped into you there. And then she said, and then she said, how do you feel about, let me see, I was just writing down so much. Brooke showed that you ripped into Brooke, and poor little Brooke, and that was not that happened, and that everybody was so disgusting to her in the chat, and that was not so either. And
Well, no, wait, I do have to say a few people were a little
were they?
harsh.
Because I didn't see that. Then I missed that because I missed things in the
mods
chat.
tried hard. Well, I'm all about transparency. The mods tried hard, but some people, would I say overly harsh? No, did they call it an F and B and everything?
Oh,
No.
I didn't see that.
But they said, you're definitely a mod, because Brooke kept slipping and using the word, we decided we're going to, when we go, so it came off like she was part of the team.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what they meant. Well, is that being harsh? Not really, I guess, right? No.
Right, no. And then Shelley, Leo's wife, came in there and said, why does the money have to go through your hands? And she just went off on her. She wouldn't answer her. She just gone off on her,
Narcissistic rage, right there.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
But but she tells you, ask a question, but you try,
Right.
forget it, you can't,
Right.
Absolutely not. Let's see. Just what else did I write here? Oh gosh, who's this? Let's see. This is probably one. This is one. It's one of them. They keep doing this. Hello. Why don't you say something and stop being a coward? Okay.
All right, I guess not.
Yeah,
tonight.
they're just
Maybe
they
on
try
your
to get me
Christmas
off.
food.
You know what happens when I start bringing up some facts? They start doing that to try to get me off of that.
It's a Christmas miracle, everyone.
And then let's see. I think for one moment I can criticize and collecting monies. Okay. Oh yes, that we're jealous of what she's doing and all the money she's collecting. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, and then the Rusak thing. That was so silly. Isn't that Iva problem that has that YCC channel?
YCC.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know who Ivor is.
You know who
But-
Iva is. Remember Iva problem?
Yeah, I know who she is, but ICC.
YCC.
No, that isn't. Oh yeah, you're right. It is. Yep, you're right.
I
Yes.
believe it is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
If
thinking-
it's not, it's somebody just as hateful. She went on about the Rusaks and said, how can I call Natasha out when my best buddies have a legal fund? Well, you know what? My best buddies, according to you, have it through crowd justice. And there's a big mistake. And you know what? It's so funny. Whoever that YCC person is said, the way they said, because they said, let me see if I wrote it down here. They said, how can I support one and not the other when they're exactly the same? And Natasha says, yes, they are exactly the same. So then they're both scams, according to you, because the one on the YCC is saying the Rusak one is a scam. So if you're saying they're exactly the same, then they're both scams. But no, theirs is through crowd justice. Yours isn't. Okay?
And the Ruzek gave all the attorney info.
Yep.
You can contact them yourself.
Yep.
They're being transparent.
Yep.
Another huge difference.
Yep. And yeah, and then she said, my craft, she thinks she hurts me. My crafting sucks. I wouldn't know what to do on a channel if I didn't talk about her because my crafting sucks and I suck at true crime.
It's just, it's like Monet, right?
Yes, I suck at everything, Natasha. If that makes you feel better, I suck at everything, Natasha. Yes.
Carolyn's just a sucky person.
That's right.
You feel better.
How did I make it before you were on YouTube? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Because all I've done is talk about you. You're so right.
Natasha, if you remember, Carolyn's been here for years. You're the one that found Carolyn, reached out to her because you wanted to work with her. And Carolyn separated herself quickly once she saw what you were about. So that's the truth.
Yep. And I'm trying to see what else we should. I take so many. I just can't even stand to listen to her because everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie.
Oh my God, Carolyn! You know what they said?
What?
They said my Jerry came in the room yesterday, and they ran out of the buffalo chicken tenders
Right.
at the store from Purdue.
Yeah.
And he came in. He said he was hungry. Mind you, I just made him a DiGiorno pizza. And he ate the whole thing, but he didn't eat the crust, so it didn't fill him up. So whatever. I said, well, what do you want? And he said, well, there's no food in the house. So
Oh, my
now today,
gosh.
apparently, my house has no food.
Oh, that's what kids say all the time. They're like, no, nothing I like, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
His chicken was out of stock. Yeah, there's no food in the house.
Right. Yeah. They can run with that. Well, I wrote about that. I said, oh, Dorothy, you're going to get it on that one. There's no food in the house and your kid is hungry.
Right.
Yeah. I knew that they would go with that. I knew it. And
yeah, they
then
ran with it.
when she was bringing up the fundraiser, she goes, I hope it gets to 8,000 when I blink my eyes, but I can't do that yet. But and then they they called me Merv, the perturbed and disturbed. Okay.
MRB.
Oh, listen to this one. They said that I'm always talking about violations of terms of service, but to have that spreadsheet, and then you know what? I contacted YouTube, okay, and I told them I am being harassed, and my attorney wants proof of that, and I have it in a spreadsheet. Is there anything wrong with that? Guess what? No. That's not collecting it as if you're selling it in a lead generating business, Natasha. There's exceptions, Natasha. Okay?
Yeah.
They got so freaked out about the spreadsheet. Do you know one of them put in a privacy complaint and they didn't even know how to do it? They did it for 1 second. Why would it be 1 second of a screenshot? You know what I just did? I said, I'm done with all of you. So I blurred the whole thing out. But, next time you put in a privacy complaint, you have to start at the beginning and go to the end. And I didn't even have to remove it, but I just did because I want to be done with you guys. And so now you'll never see my spreadsheets.
Well, the spreadsheet, they were obvious, all public account names.
Oh, they were right from yes, it's all the information that they typed in, all their information that they put in on a public platform. And that's what my attorney said.
I had a question. Carolyn, wasn't there a $15 application fee?
For the Christmas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't aware of that.
I heard somebody bring that up. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
I didn't hear that.
It might be my neighbor's internet making noise.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, they said that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Amazon. What else did she say? Just so many things. It's like I can't even keep up with all of her lies.
Well, can I also say, Carolyn, that I find it to be very comforting to hear Doug say that it's having an impact. Although I do want everybody to know and I know it's not this way for Carolyn either. We don't want to destroy her. That's not my mission. She's a mother and her kids love her. I don't want them to lose destroy her. What we want is for her to do better on YouTube and stop taking money illegally. Stop abusing subscribers. That's it. That's my end game. And when and if that all stops and for a significant amount of time, I'll never mention her again. But I'm not trying to destroy her. Carolyn, that's not what you would label it. Look at Carolyn.
Dorothy, I think she's dangerous. I think she's dangerous. I really do. I think she's a dangerous person. And I think the hate that she is inciting is going to get someone killed on YouTube or have someone kill themselves.
Well, tonight apparently Jax is saying someone's in his backyard.
Yeah, but that was to take away from the threat that I got.
Yeah, well, I'm getting it too. And even though we're on a live right now together, I'm in West Virginia, you're in New York. Somehow we're in Louisiana as well.
Yeah, and Robbie is in the middle of that.
Green screen.
Right. The other thing is, what was I going to say? Somebody said that somebody else left her today because they said so-and-so's gone, and she said, yeah, and right after she told me we were close like family. Do you know who that was?
Everybody else, though, I'm asking the rest of her moderators. When somebody like that's close part of the team leaves and they really cared about that person, what does that do to the rest of them? Why do they place more value on their relationship with Natasha than their friend, their fellow team member?
I don't know. Do you guys know who left today? Does anybody know who left today? Somebody was saying it was I See Dead People, but she left long ago. Didn't she leave?
Well, it's sad, Mama Knows Best came in my chat and said that, $50 a lot could do a lot for me and my kids. And I said, yeah, I could see that if you had multiple kids, 4 or 5 kids. Yeah, that could be a good chunk, definitely. So I did want to extend to her to go ahead and put together a wish list. All that I ask is that these children are under the age of 18. This is to bring Christmases to children. That's it. Mm-hmm. The older kids understand Santa is not a thing. These younger kids, even the age of 18 is kind of old, but they're still minors. But we have to, keep it in perspective somewhere. It's to bring Christmas to children.
No, she was there on Thanksgiving.
Brooke's saying, well, why can't you just sit back and wait? Because there's only one Christmas morning in 2021. Yeah. And once it's passed and Christmases are ruined, there's no do-overs, Brooke.
No, case discussion is still there, Amy. Case discussion's not leaving her. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? She's gonna lick her feet.
She has nowhere to land.
Yeah, she'll grovel to the end. But somebody has said, Jen B said she's going to pay with the PayPal credit card. Yes, but that's not for the Amazon. She's going to let them go into the Amazon, and that $10,000 is only going to be used if all those families to get adopted. She hasn't said what's going to become of that $10,000 if all of those families are adopted and there's that surplus. She hasn't said, okay?
But they're hoping for a surplus.
Well, of course they're hoping that everybody gets adopted and they have a surplus of $10,000.
Yeah, they're hoping for that. Brooke even said that. And I hope Brooke didn't get her ass chewed and she's the one that left from the show.
Well, she was on Diane's panel tonight.
Yeah.
And she was on, they say she was on Natasha's as well.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, there's a lot of dynamics that don't really aren't known to everybody, as far as her coming to our panel and then when she had a face with Natasha. I still have a soft spot for her. Yeah, she might have went back there, but she might have been threatened and chewed out just to fall back in line. I don't know, Carolyn.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like we don't know the dynamics of how a person's brain and how deep the manipulation. How much does Natasha know about that person's personal life? What could she say or hold over their head?
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy, but I'm telling you, with that threat thing, I will take appropriate action, because I'm not going to ever feel like, oh my gosh, I should have done something. I'd rather do something, and if they're going to make threats like that, then you're going to expect me to take the proper action. I will. If it makes me feel unsettled, and I have kids in different parts, and I have 2 minor children, I'm going to take appropriate action.
Well, I felt that way too when my legal name and pictures of my children went out. I was alone with the 9-year-old.
Well, yeah, and she's upset about.
That's a problem when you're giving my identity out and my address and pictures of my kids.
But she's upset about Mrs. Portland calling the police. Mrs. Portland is in every right to call the police, and I would have called the police if she took a big knife and said, "This is for you, Carolyn."
Right.
Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar I would have called the police. Okay, and you deserve to have the police called on. Who the hell do you think you are? She's just, there's no compass.
I found that to be very threatening. She held it up and said, "This is
It's for you, Mrs. Portland."
What?
Good.
It didn't look like a rose or a box of chocolate.
No. And what does she mean? This is for you. What? I'm sending this out to you, or this is for you? I'm going to put this through you.
And then she held it up to her forehead with that.
With that stupid look. Yeah, deranged. And then
So
she
evil.
says the cops laughed at it. Really? I don't think the cops would laugh if they saw somebody doing that.
No, did you love when she said the cop even knew I had an attorney? Natasha, buckle up, buttercup. It's because people have been reporting your fraudulent PayPal and that it's for an attorney.
Yeah.
Put 2 and 2 together, buttercup. Come on now.
Heather. Yeah.
So what was Brooke's demeanor on Diane's channel? I'm curious to know.
I only listened to a few minutes of it, and so I did. But Scooter, did you watch it? Scooter always watches it.
But someone typed she was very upset in Diane's channel too, because we know Diane could hold people to the coals.
Right. Did anybody see that on Diane's? Jen B, you were there, right?
Yeah, Jen is the one that said it. That's who I read it from. Wow.
Yeah, Jen B will know because she was there.
She said she was very upset. So how was she on Natasha's? Did you see that then?
Robert Bob's daughter, yeah. Jen B said she was really shook up.
Oh, Bobbity
Good night,
Bob's daughter
Vivian.
did pass.
Yeah.
Did she pass?
No.
Oh, I have to drop it.
Yeah, prayers for Robert Bob's daughter.
Okay, prayers. Okay.
Yeah, you were there. She was very sad. Oh, okay. They said there's that she's a regular there on Diane's channel. Oh, okay. Does Natasha know? She doesn't let anybody go. Is that an approved channel? Is that on the approved channel list, Scooter? Of the cult?
I'm going to release an approved channel list from my community post tomorrow.
My God.
Stay tuned.
I better not find any of you on the non-approved channel lists. Gosh, she's so crazy.
So what was her demeanor on Natasha's Panel
Oh, how
that-
is her demeanor on Natasha? She's a regular in your community, Jimby? Okay. Jimby, how many families are adopted there? How many families are adopted? Is there ever a need for cash on the side, like in a PayPal?
The whole thing's full of smoke and mirrors. And
What
confused.
happens? Yeah, I wonder what happens. Does Jimby, do you ever have people that don't get their stuff bought, and then what happens?
Yeah, what it does, like, because I could just see a bunch of deliveries that don't show up, or porch pirates stealing packages. I could see every excuse known to man coming up right after Christmas. It's scary.
30 to 40. Okay.
But Brooke was trying to put it on us that we didn't care about the children. No, girl. We're speaking up because we care about these children. Please, all of these parents, if you're listening, go. You still have time for Toys to Talk. Hurry up. At the bare minimum, you're getting a trinket from a dollar store. That's all you're getting. Or best case scenario, actually. I just don't get how they can't see it, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Are you going live tonight, Dorothy?
No, I already did. I only went for an
Oh.
hour and a half, and I just did it because I wanted to just show the video from that Cowboy Girls channel.
Oh,
where
yeah,
she
yeah. I got to go sub to him.
kind
Yeah.
of cute, actually, she's funny. She has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, I've got to check that out. I have to, because I'm gonna get off here. I think right, like what is it? Because I don't know. I've been staying up too late.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 a.m. already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's yeah.
You could get some rest. It's been an emotional day.
Yeah, it's been a lot, and I want to take care of. I have to make some calls, and I have to get up early and make some more calls, and
Yeah.
so
I have some stuff I need to take care of. It's like the first good business day
yeah,
since before Thanksgiving. So
Right.
I have some stuff I need to catch up on.
right. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off here, guys, and get some rest, and
Yeah, and thank you for having me.
yeah, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully everything is okay. But I'm gonna take care of some
Well, I'll
things.
have more to go over tomorrow or the next day. There's no truth in my future, no peace. It's not personal for me. I was never a part of.
See, yeah, because she didn't go after you the way she did me, and
Well,
it's
yes.
just she's
In that
dangerous
way,
person,
you're
yeah.
very much a victim of her, definitely.
Yeah.
But my position is, I was never a part of her channel. I know you weren't either.
I wasn't
But-
either. That's why, you know, but she's gone after me. She's never stopped going after me since she started.
In
Yeah.
fact, for Robbie, I believe she did a lot of it for Robbie.
Oh,
and then-
yes, Robbie is in the helm of everyone that's ever attacked me.
But for me, it's not personal with Natasha. I never
Oh, okay,
liked her,
Jimby.
disliked her. I just don't like what she does.
Jimby said, yeah, there's lists over there that people can go over there and help fulfill if they want to fulfill lists.
Right, and I know, Carolyn, you've even said it. If you're going to make people aware, you've got to be a channel where people can come to be when they're woke.
Yeah. You can't just you got to give people a chance, and if they stab you again, that's it.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
in the same token, I might give you a soft place to land, but when I've seen you over there doing the dirt.
Oh yeah,
and
if you're back over there, you're gone. Yeah.
people that you were so-called besties with.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, my side eye is on you, and it will be for a very long time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I swear, everyone. Oh, I just put a total tarnish on this channel and its community. I will say a couple of Hail Marys and Our Fathers and maybe one act of contrition, but that's where I draw the line,
Right. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. All right, Dorothy. You have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. Bob, prayers for your daughter, especially. Everybody take care. Nana Patty, hope you're feeling better. Bye.